I'm out in the water, come jump right in, 'cause we going farther than we ever been. I'm out in the water, come jump right in, we going farther than we ever been.
Boom.
Boom.
Welcome back. Ocean Waves, episode 46. I'm Ryan.
I'm Trey.
Trey's back again, part of the crew. Oh, you
Back
got the yellow
again.
one this time?
Yeah, it was just in the box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's yellow? Eddie. Eddie's gonna be pissed.
He wouldn't have even known if you didn't say anything.
Oh, yeah, but that's the first thing I know. It was like, you're not using the blue one. No. Fucked up.
My bad.
It's all right. It's all right. That's negative points for Trey not speaking up about his blue.
It was in the box, guys.
He was set up.
I'm an adaptable young individual.
But yeah, back again. How do you feel after your first one was out there in the world?
Pretty solid. I was watching a little bit of it, and then I was like, wait, I was there. So I turned it off.
You remembered it?
Yeah.
It is good to go back to, I think, like, not right away.
Yeah.
But, like, in a couple, like, weeks or whatever.
Facts.
Because then it's like, you'll hear something that you said.
Yeah.
Or whatever, and you won't remember the whole thing perfectly. So then it reminds you. So I think tend to wait a good bit, and then you can rewatch them. It gives you that new
perspective,
that new feeling.
I get
and
that.
You might have grown a little bit or whatever, something that you were talking about.
Yeah.
That ends up happening or whatever.
True.
So yeah, did you get any reception from it? Or was it silent? Silent peeps.
Silent right now.
All right, well,
I told some folks I was on it, and they were like, "Oh, you were on it?" I was like, "Yeah, let me go check it out if you want."
Nice. Hell yeah, that's all you can do.
Yeah.
But so we got. So you know what's funny?
What's up?
On the episode right before that one, 43, like at 4 p.m. or something, the Symphonic Squirrel commented like that maybe I should get people on.
Yeah.
On my last, like, oh, maybe you should get like other people on or whatever.
Yeah.
And I didn't see it. So when I went to go edit the podcast that night, I saw their comment. I was like, oh shit, that's fucking crazy. Cause we didn't plan it, just incepted naturally.
Yeah.
And then I was like, dude, psychic over here commenting. But he also commented on that one, saying that it was a good podcast. He said that he doesn't really drink soda, but if he does, he drinks cream soda. And he does have root beer. But
yeah, you're tapped in.
He hasn't tried too many others, but those are the two that he will continue to drink. So he didn't say what root beer though. So maybe on this one he'll comment what root beer. And then Pokey Sparky also said, shout out to the new personalities on the podcast. They're awesome.
Yo, appreciate.
He also said he puts the ice in first and then pours the soda.
Yeah.
But he never thought about that it gets watered down.
Bro, you're doing it the right way, bro. I promise.
And then but Canadians call it pop, which is true. They call it pop.
Oh, can of pop. Yeah.
Yep. And then he also said that listening to the podcast, he got a shiny Rapidash in this Pokemon game at 1 in 30,000 odds.
Ew.
Which is pretty insane for the moment that you're going to get it is during watching the podcast. 1 in 30,000 odds. So I thought last time I heard that, I was like, dude, that is dope as fuck.
Yeah. I'm not tapped in like he is, but
the odds of that is just... You know odds though. You know math.
Yeah, that's crazy.
1 in 30,000 is crazy.
Bro, hit the lottery.
So, yep. So you did get some love. It was dope. I was definitely pleased seeing that.
Bless y'all.
I think we had a good time.
Yeah, I had fun.
Hell yeah. Well, I guess for the people, we should tell them how we met.
Facts.
Met at table 21, if I can remember correctly.
That's hilarious. They just put me there when I went there, before I started working there. But at this restaurant that me and him frequent to make our money, I was kind of scoping it out because a homeboy of mine put me on, and he was the head chef at the time, actually.
Facts.
But he was on the way out, not knowingly, you know.
Yeah.
But
fortunate.
I met Ryan. He was serving us, and our first interaction, I can't fully recall. He was just serving
I just remember this casual, like, you guys were kind.
Yeah.
Chopping up with P.
Yeah,
I was just like oh, what's good?
Yeah, like, it was just mad chill.
Like, I had bad things. Like, just chilling. Yeah.
Like, it was a mad chill instance. And then soon after, I remember getting the playing card with you and Jason on it.
Oh, true.
And
Oh, the Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Yeah, pull that up right here.
Oh,
that
shit.
was
Okay,
tough.
I'll have to find the picture of it. I'll do that.
Facts.
I'll pull it up.
That one was hard. I was like, yo, what is
Yeah, that was
like,
my idea too.
that shit was cold.
It is. Maybe we should do another one.
Yeah,
We'll do
sure.
Pokemon this time. Do like
Absolutely.
Pokemon because we did Yu-Gi-Oh last time. Do
Yeah.
Pokemon. I'll tell Jason maybe we should do that. But what I really want to do is I haven't done it yet. Been sleeping. I need to do the link tree.
Facts.
And then get the new QR code for the link tree.
Facts.
I realized like this one like the shirt. I've been wearing the shirt for like 2 years now.
Yeah.
And the shirt's the QR code is too big. So I was thinking about maybe like getting a hat.
Yeah.
And like putting it on the inside.
Facts.
And then anytime anyone compliments the hat, just like tip my hat to them.
That'd
and
be
like
tough.
the QR code's in there.
That'd be tough.
So I'm thinking about that. And then if we do like another merch, I think it's not a bad like, but it needs to be smaller because like
Facts.
the big one just didn't register too much.
the right way.
But I noticed that when you scan it, it goes to Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't have Spotify, you can't click on like the song that you might get recommended or
Facts.
whatever. It's just gonna be a shuffle, which I don't think is a bad thing.
Right.
Shuffling the whole catalog, I think, is not the worst thing. Some are might depending on who you are, you might like some other than others. But I realized like if they don't have Spotify and they have to go to Apple Music or Amazon, whatever, and now they have to click out of where they're at, click where they're going.
Too many steps.
Type in Oceans on Arrival, like all those letters. It's just so many steps to like versus like Linktree. You scan it, your first click is to the place that you want to go.
Yeah.
Do you want to go to the website? Do you want to go to the YouTube? Do you want to go to the Spotify, Apple Music, whichever one, and then whichever one you choose, boom, now you're right there.
Facts.
So that's what I need to do before the next like wave of merch or whatever, is to like get that QR code or whatever.
Dude, Linktrees
Tip
are
the hat to them.
super useful. Like just all in one spot because people's attention span is short of none now. So like you just put it all
But
in
is
front
it
of them.
like I don't know if everyone's because I feel like a lot of people watch like Joe Rogan podcast,
Facts.
right? And I don't know how many people are just watching like 30 minutes. Like
Facts.
maybe the people who just are avid just Joe Rogan listeners.
Yeah.
They click there to see like if they'll like this guest or not, and then if they don't, they'll just be like, oh, I'll watch the next one.
Yeah.
But most people who I feel like if like I'm someone who's gonna go watch because of the like which ones I choose are based off the guest or whatever. If I just have any energy inclination, like oh I should watch this one, I watch it.
Yeah.
But I'm usually gonna watch the whole thing. Like I'm gonna watch the whole, maybe not in one sitting. Like I'm
Yeah.
gonna watch like 30 minutes
Facts.
here, and then I'm gonna watch the next 30 minutes. So I guess my attention span is like 30 minutes, but I do watch the whole
Heard.
thing. So I know there's people that probably sit and watch the whole
And one
3 hour and one.
Yeah.
So I feel like there are people, and people can play video games for hours. So there
Yeah.
is still people on Earth who do.
Yes.
But as far as like I guess consuming content and shit like that, it's so because it's made for
Like
quick things. It's like people are gonna naturally do that as well.
in the steps that you were just mentioning, if someone gets a text in the middle of that, bro, like you've lost the like that person in a sense. Like
Facts.
just I feel like a majority or maybe like even 65% of people are very like almost like instant gratification minded. So like call and response. So like say they don't have Spotify, the response isn't there. So now they have to do the steps and that you were saying.
And then by the time they get there, they're tired of whatever.
Like a Snapchat comes through, like a new follower, oh snap, who's interested in me? Like I don't know. That's just how I think about it, especially on the mobile device.
It is like little moments, like if you only had like 30 seconds for the train door to get on.
Yeah.
And you either choose and get on or off.
Real.
And that's pretty much it. Once the train goes, you might not get.
Real.
The internet's not fair.
True.
That's my gripe with the internet. If the internet was a fair place where any I don't know what they're trying to give. So Trey put on this like what is it?
How it's made.
How it's made. Looks like they're doing lottery tickets.
Yeah.
So how dude, after I just did the lottery shit.
Yeah.
I got one upstairs.
I saw.
But I haven't done it yet.
I saw.
Because I was waiting if I should do it on like an 8 day, and I missed it. It was like the day of the wedding, and I didn't do it. So now I'm like, should I wait till the next 8 day, or should I just do it?
I'd wait if that's what you.
So I'll wait. I'll wait till the next 8 day, and then I'll do it and see. And maybe I'm sitting on it right now. Be fucking chilling.
That's up. That'd be tough.
That'll change the game on them. It's a little $2 million. Nothing crazy, man. 1.5.
I only need like
1.5 of your taxes. 1.4.
75,000 low key.
Oh yeah, dude. 100,000 would be blessed.
That's all.
But still, honestly, just for the fact of just getting the house.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. Like, if the only thing I don't have that I need is like house security.
Felt.
If I have that, I have everything else. Like, I got insurance. I mean, it's probably not the best insurance, but I got insurance. And
Right.
I got my car. That's not the best car, but I'll probably have to get that out too, honestly. But once I get that too, but
Right.
you know what I mean. But we had the studio. Obviously we could always upgrade the studio.
Real.
Obviously I could get a better podcast studio
Felt.
or whatever. But for now, it's what it is, and
Felt.
eventually I'll be able to do those things.
Hell yeah.
But I got everything. I got the PlayStation. I got the computer.
The Xbox.
I still actually paying off the computer. I got a couple months left. But I'll
Heard.
just keep adding to the car. Like this weekend,
Oof.
this last week, I just started because I didn't want to start denting my cash.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, okay, I'll just use the card or
Felt.
whatever. So whatever it is, it was at like 24. So
Yeah.
whatever it is now, hopefully, I think it's gonna be still under 3.
Facts.
It's like I gotta pay that this month,
Facts.
and I gotta pay 5 the last 4 months of the year or whatever.
Facts.
So I'm there. I'm like still on track.
Just to finish.
But it was like just to keep my cash like for now, and I'll go to the bank. I'll put my cash. I'll do my whole, because I don't like to think about the money and the finances and where I'm at and like what I have.
Right.
Usually I just collect the money for the month, and then when rent comes, I'm like, all right, here's rent. Along the way, I pay the bills, which is like the weekly money I make.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, there's rent. And then we go pay all my health stuff, and then we go pay my credit card. Boom, and we pay my car insurance. Boom, and then whatever I have left,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that's just whatever I was able to save, or usually it's not. Usually it just rolls over to the next rent,
Facts.
you know. But I usually have one day where I'll go to the bank and I'll do all the bills, and I like where did I land
Yeah.
like this month, and blah blah blah. And I usually just try to just do it once a month, just to like keep it out of my head, like
Dude.
instead of thinking about like every day, like oh bill, like because you can think about like right when you pay rent, like the next rent's due next month.
Yeah.
You could easily have that mindset where it's like, but I'm just like, all right, rent's due, boom, paid. And then when it gets to like the 30th or like 29th, I'm like, oh fuck, is it 29th, 30th? Okay, rent, boom, let me make sure I got it. Boom,
Facts.
perfect. Send it out.
Dude.
You know?
My card just gets abused. My credit card.
That's crazy, bro.
Slaying it, honestly. But
And what do you heard? Like what? Because when I got my credit card, I bought it specifically to get that.
Yeah.
I got that, the podcast stuff.
Mhm.
Well, actually, I got to get the podcast stuff.
Facts.
No, really, I got it for the computer.
Facts.
So I didn't buy the computer till months later
Mhm.
because I ended up being in Maryland, and I was with my friend Bacon. Shout out to Bacon.
Facts.
And he helped me. He just put all this. I was like, just put whatever I need in the cart, and then we'll try to keep it to $2,000. Then we got to 24, and I was like, that's fine. 24 is fine.
Bless.
But I bought this, and then we had that idea to get the neon sign. So I bought the neon sign, and then I bought like a couple other things that I had to buy, and then I bought the computer.
Yeah.
So I was like, but I had no APR until next January, so
Yeah.
25 January. So I was like, okay, I got time to pay this off. But I literally got the credit card to get these specific
Yeah.
things.
I
Or you just get it just to like have extra cash flow or not even cash, because not cash, but number flow.
really got it for like paying for school and shit, honestly.
Facts.
Then I honestly got carried away into like I went to Rolling Loud, and then I enjoyed Rolling Loud. Had bottles like galore. Like brought some back. I had so many bottles, and then just
That's
like
crazy.
any trip we went on, like I was not frugal. Like I was just like, all right, like let's
Enjoying
enjoy
yourself.
it.
Yeah.
So just major
It's not a
enjoyment.
bad thing.
Like it's like 2 semesters of school and like 3 or 4 trips, like just local Savannah, Florida, and then Florida again. And so
Thanks.
it just racked up, and then I bought some equipment as well. Like I got a dual monitor set up and like my PC and all kinds
Jason and I
of
are actually
stuff.
gonna get a second monitor.
Yeah, that's
for
the best
thing.
way.
We were debating on just what size, the different sizes of a different base, and
Facts.
like what do we need.
I recommend a 27, honestly.
27?
Like anything too
So I think
big.
the other one is already. I think the other one's 27.
Yeah,
That's why I was like, I don't know, like we don't need one bigger than that. So
I have a
it's like-
27 and a 25 at the crib, and like
Yeah.
that's a good.
Yeah, we think it was between
contrast.
those like 24. I think we were like looking at the 24s
Yeah, I would recommend it.
just for, because just have the extra monitor on there. Yeah,
Indeed.
So we're thinking
And
about doing that.
like that's just really good for streaming as well. Like the dual monitor setup. I was trying to figure out how to get like 3 monitors, because like sometimes I need one of my screens to run the game. So then I only have one screen to look at the chat and stuff, and the game is being displayed from like the
Yeah.
system
Are
directly.
you playing on your PlayStation?
Yeah, so I'll be playing on the PlayStation, casting it to the capture card to the
Mm.
PC, so it can only use one screen at a time. So then I'm
Nice.
like, okay, I would like to utilize a third screen. I don't need a third screen, but I would like to use one at some point because some
Nice.
people have the dual monitor setup and then a TV behind it or like a TV hanging up or something to play the games or whatever.
Yeah.
So that might be the next move, to hang a TV behind the wall.
Facts. Yeah, I think most of my friends have dual.
Yeah.
They have the dual monitor setup. But yeah, Eddie was talking about we should stream to Minecraft. So maybe we should do that.
Yeah, I could help you set it up, bro.
Facts. So what to see.
OBS.
Might not be a bad idea.
Hell yeah. Dude, it's just like everything as far as income and just casual leisurely pay is coming from social media and like marketing essentially. Like if you know how to market and you can keep
Well, that's like
people's
a
attention.
resume now.
Huh?
Like Instagram is a resume now.
Real. Just
They'll be
like, how many followers do you have? They'll hit you with that question
Yeah,
for some
exactly.
jobs. Like,
yeah,
bro,
exactly.
a lot.
Not a
But
lot.
Not a lot myself
I got-
either.
I think like just under 500 or something. Every time I post, I lose followers. Isn't that crazy? It's actually pretty nuts. The average
like,
of one lost follower
no.
per post, like
What the fuck?
1.5 actually,
That's insane.
isn't it?
Yes.
So I'm like, should I not post on it?
Like, what the?
Nah, I'm joking. I don't give a fuck if people follow me or not. Like,
Felt
or if
that.
they whatever. I was thinking that I should go back and do like a see like who's following me, who like, cause obviously there's gonna be people that like wouldn't follow you back, like
Yeah.
they don't know who you are or whatever,
Real.
but you follow them because
You're
they're doing
interested
something,
in
yeah,
whatever, yeah.
So those people like, okay, I'm not thinking of, but anyone that like I would feel like they should be following me back,
Right,
I'm following
like-
them, like maybe I'd probably just like unfollow them too,
Dude.
just to like remove, cause I think part of it is like holding on to like that like high school.
Sentiment in a
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, where it's like you just see like you might have not been like friends with them or whatever,
I
but you knew of them,
Yeah.
and you're just kind of. And at this point, I'm 28, so I've been kind of like keeping up. In some way, you're keeping up with their life in some way.
Yeah.
not fully. I'm not stalking anyone's page really
Yeah.
or whatever, but just like whenever whatever comes in the feed, like you notice like, oh, they went to a wedding there or this and that. So part of it's that where it's like if you remove that, you're removing like the. Like,
Old, like
this high school
I feel that.
type shit, but maybe that's good. Maybe it's good to just let go of those like connections or those little things that are not really serving you any purpose besides like old memory or whatever.
I thoroughly agree. Like 3/4 of me agrees with that. Like a piece of it is like the memories, like it developed you into who you are. Like some of the jokes at the time you can reflect on and laugh about, like the instances and events, whatever. But like I get like Google photo memories pretty often, and I'm just looking at the picture and I'm like, who is that guy? Like, what's behind his eyes? Like, what are we thinking about? Who is
you?
that? Yeah, it's me. I'm like,
okay.
what the hell? Like, what was I wearing? Like, what's going on?
So you can see. So that's the thing where you might get, but most of the people I'm talking about, I'm not gonna find anything of me on there.
Facts.
Just like people that like I knew of or whatever, or like
Facts.
we knew each other at some point, like we were in the same class or something. You know, when you're younger, you're just trying to build followers, so you follow everybody, they follow you, whatever, right? But yeah, I don't know. I've been thinking about maybe I should do that or whatever. But yeah, every time I post, I lose a follower. 1.5 actually.
Dude, I would just unfollow them. I used to have the apps installed that would tell you when somebody unfollowed.
Oh yeah,
you.
that used to be big.
Bro, I was so like, are you serious? Like, unfollow easy. Like 3 people unfollowed you this
You know what I
month.
mean? Like as like it's just like this. It's just a diss back to be like, oh yeah, well I unfollowed you too.
Yeah,
Then,
like
motherfucker.
that's especially like in high school. It was what 2016 to 2018 for me.
Okay.
So it's like even bigger. Like social media is growing in a
Yeah,
sense, and
yeah.
like it's really about followers. Now I feel like it matters, but it's like people are more so looked at as people just because of the big like movement of like caring about self and loving and all that stuff. But in 2018, bro, if you had a bunch of followers, you were up. And so like I was looking at my app every day.
Well, if you were in high
sometimes.
school and you had like over 1,000, like
Yeah, you were like,
You're
yo,
up.
who
You're
are
up,
you?
dude.
Like, what's going on? I'm like,
know?
I almost got 1K. Like,
and there's
a few
like
more.
we had like because when I was high school it was till like I graduated 2014, so like Twitter was like Instagram was new, like super
Yeah.
new, and Twitter had been there for like a little bit, but it's growing or whatever. And it was like, no one's getting caught up though on Twitter. Like no one's getting like you could really say whatever. Now if you left it up there, like you can get canceled or whatever.
You'll get slandered on Twitter.
But like at that time you could just say whatever you wanted or whatever. And there's always like we had like a couple kids who were like the early internet like personalities.
Sick.
And I think like from what I can remember, out of like the three main I can remember, one is still like
doing it,
an internet personality, and
That's
the other
dope.
two are like have just one is like a EDM DJ music maker,
sick,
and then the other one like I don't know what he does. I think he lives in Colorado now or something.
Good space.
But one still is like lives in New York, still like a Instagram or whatever. So it was like the earliest ones or whatever.
It's just like
it was always like you felt like people knew them more, because they had like more people like oh my god, he got like 33 retweets, like oh fuck.
Real like yo,
you know what I mean? That used to be big, dude. Dude, they used to be big. Even now, I'm sure now it's just amplified, even like thousands,
dude,
thousands-fold.
If I get like 50 likes, I'm like that's dope. Like 50
Facts.
people,
yeah.
Gotta start.
The thing about it is I used to get like over 100. Like I'd be like I was like, oh yeah, dude, I'm getting over. Like I don't think I touched 2 before.
Yeah.
But I was getting high ones. I was getting whatever. Now I put something like 8, 12 people. I'm like, damn, where the love go, bro?
Like, cause at a certain point I was.
But maybe I was posting. But I think also I was posting more like bullshit shit back then. Like
facts.
Just like classic like little pictures, and then there'll be like multiple people that other people might like, so they're like a picture because they like the other person in the picture. You know what I mean? Where now I'm posting shit that I'm doing like positive but progressive stuff.
No,
you're like fuck that.
Dislike.
Like post a picture of you fucked up.
Right? Like what are we doing? Give us
like,
trash.
They want to see me like in the hospital, like terrible weekend, had a bad weekend. Like
thank God I'm alive. 60,000.
Like, oh, get well soon. Like
right.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
Then I'll get 50 on that one. Yeah, no, that's probably where it was like, not that I don't post, because I was like, if I post, I'm gonna lose followers. But I'm like, what is the purpose of doing this? Like, the people on here, if they don't listen to me already, like they're not gonna all of a sudden be like, oh wait, he makes music. Like, no. Like at this point, it's gonna be like, my last like 25 posts are all about like Ocean Arrival. So
facts
in some way.
Facts.
So at this point, you have to know, and then and you either like listening or not.
That's real though.
So, but I'll probably make one like just what I've been doing and like mention the podcast. Probably it's closer to like the year anniversary or whatever.
Hell yeah.
Probably mention that I lose a follower every time too, which is why
Hell
I'm not.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jason and I are pretty much on that thing, like the music wave. We're on up there. Just like getting to the point where like just pretty much building, stacking up or whatever, and then doing like a full like all in push on like put money into marketing. Like we did put money into marketing for Brainstorm. And if you go look on Spotify, like right now it's got more it's got like a couple thousand listens or whatever.
Dope.
So it was like, and we had like 300, 405 like monthly listeners for like a month or whatever, because whenever that we did the market, like touched that many people or whatever.
Facts.
So in some ways it did work. I think it correlated to like a couple people stayed or whatever. So maybe even 3 out of 50, that's pretty, or 3 out of 300. It's not bad, like 1% per.
Yeah.
So in that mode, it's like, okay, we'll do that. Like, be very like articulate and just plan. Okay, what do we want to do? Drop music videos, blah blah blah.
Facts.
You know what I mean? In the meantime, work on the movie, but so it's pretty much just that now. Just like gearing up. Each week, the podcast will come out. Facts. There's always that. Then I want to do like music videos and stuff. But obviously, I'm doing the movie. But I want to there's a song that came on like this morning when I was listening to music after I'd woken up at like 8 or whatever, just lying in bed. It was like one of the old songs. I was like, bro, it'd be nice to actually do a video for this or whatever. So I was like, maybe I'll just, whenever I get that inclination, just like start writing down ideas for some of those old songs. Cause like there'd be times where like I remember back in the day, like you would see like a song blow up on YouTube, and then it had come out like 2 years prior to that.
Real.
You know what I'm saying? But they just put a music video on it.
And now
it's like whatever. Music videos were more predominant, I feel like.
It's just more inclusive.
Before. Now I'm not sure how many people watch music videos comparatively to before. Because I feel like a lot of people like the internet content now, like the 30-second clips or the 2-minute things.
That's like the appetizer you give them, and like the music videos, the entree.
True.
Because like I'll watch a music video because
I watched like like the Eminem music video he put out.
Yeah.
Where he was like robbing or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like especially like the Not Like Us video dropped and everybody watched that. And
yeah.
That was just
dude, Kendrick, bro. That was like it was like 28 million in like a couple hours.
Bro.
I'm like, what the fuck?
He starts the video off by
Dude,
Tommy
Mustard
the Clown,
got some racks for that shit, bro, for sure. He had to have.
and then Mustard dropped a song as well, bro.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he did.
I didn't know. Was it with Dijon?
Nah.
Just kidding.
Wish.
Just kidding.
Nah, but dude, that crazy run right now as far as that music video. Like,
It's a lot of people.
I was like, they're gonna drop it July 4th. I predicted that one. I was like, July 4th is gonna be crazy.
True.
And then after the fireworks show, I hop on YouTube and the first clip is like, "You're late," and then he starts the song. I'm like, damn, I was late 2 hours ago. But yeah, that's was
hilarious.
Crazy.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it was like American Independence Day.
Yeah.
Like Drake's Canada.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm Canadian, so I'm like,
gotcha.
that sucks for it's like it's unfortunate that they're getting roasted like that, but
Real.
hey, sorry, it did to himself. So.
But hey.
But yeah.
Yeah, music videos are just, I feel like they're more inclusive than just the song, and they give somebody who's a listener just like more visual like pictures in association with like the
Have you seen that music video with Eminem and Dr. Dre where it's like the one song where Eminem's like telling the guy like not to beat the girl or whatever, and they go back and forth?
I don't think I've seen that.
That one's really crazy. Like if that did drop today, people would be like, "What the?" So I'm sure back then people are still like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
But he was the first. He knocked Taylor Swift off the fucking
Tough.
#1 chart. So
Tough.
Shout out.
Bro. Like, Eminem is cold.
Yeah, definitely. Did you listen to it?
Which one?
His album?
No, I haven't.
There was one song where he like it's like to his daughter or whatever.
Yeah.
That one was tough. I was like, you could just feel the energy. I was like, damn, this song's
sick.
dope. This is a fucking great like idea or a great like
Bro,
like feeling that he's definitely dope, dude.
One of the
overall
best.
like you can go back like you can go listen to like Recovery and
yeah,
that
was one of my first
Crack a
CDs.
Bottle was one of my favorite songs back in the day. Did like put it on like a school project, put the clean one on there. It's like should not be listening to this song like
Dude.
middle school, but it's fucking lit.
Eminem was one of the first CDs that I went and bought, and it was the one with like the curtains closing behind him.
Oh yeah, Curtain Call.
Yeah. I went and got that one. I think Toy Soldiers on that project, maybe.
Yeah. Is that the left, right? Yeah. That one's tough, dude. Dude, those.
Yeah.
Dude, he had some good runs.
Yeah, bro. But
So he came back at #1, which is tough.
like recently.
This he was like the #1 streamed.
Snap! That's
He was like
crazy.
15. He was like like insane amount ahead of the next hip hop whoever dropped whatever.
Okay.
And he knocked Taylor Swift off the #1.
Damn, I thought you were talking about like in the past. This is recent.
No, just now.
That's
like,
crazy.
now.
Hell yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, didn't Eminem win?
I think
No,
so.
it was Taylor Swift who won the award over Beyonce. That's when
Okay,
fucking Kanye
facts.
came out.
Facts.
Yeah.
Dude, Eminem the coldest.
Definitely dope.
I watch 8 Mile every now and then. Just
Okay, that one. That's a really good movie.
I like that one.
Yeah.
I really
Fucking,
just watched the rap battle essentially.
He became fucking what's his face becomes fucking Falcon.
What?
Isn't it? Is it the same guy?
Oh, wow.
Fucking, yeah.
Is that who that is?
Eminem ended his whole rap career.
No way, that's Anthony Mackie, bro.
And he went straight edge after that. He went to the military and everything.
No way, bro. That's
you can look
insane.
it up.
Hold on.
For clarification.
What the fuck? Where's
Right
my
there,
phone,
right there.
bro? Holy.
Yep. Yep.
I don't believe you yet.
And also, one of his friends, the big dude, he's in Transformers. He's like doing Dance Dance Revolution when the fucking feds raid into what's that guy's name?
It is Anthony Mackie though. That's
yeah,
crazy.
isn't that funny, dude?
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Papa Doc.
Yeah, that's what it is, Papa Doc. Yeah. He went to the military after that rap
That
battle,
kept straight in. That's hilarious. Nah,
Yeah, but then also Kendrick was wearing like the all white in the video.
yeah,
And he dropped it during like the Michael Rubin like white party or whatever.
dude. Kendrick,
Crazy.
I don't want him as a competitor. I
Yeah,
wouldn't
he's
compete.
nuts. He's got to put out like an album or something.
He won't.
He's got to, dude. Like,
I know, bro.
Bro,
but
you
like,
got like how many people are listening, bro? Like even if all those people only listen once, bro, you gotta fucking.
he's probably. I think he's gonna like hit us with like single after single for a while.
Think so?
I think so. Like Mr. Morale for like an exit. Like, all right, y'all. Like,
Well, yeah. Well, there's one song. He's like, "I choose me. I'm sorry."
yeah,
And I just, to me, I felt like he was just saying like he can't be like he can't like, cause when I first started making music, like for real, like my mom was like because music had helped me realize things and like
Yeah.
helped me like look at myself in the mirror and grow and shit like that. Like Flatbush Zombies, Pro Era, Joey, Capital Steez, Underachievers, Mick Jenkins.
yeah,
You know, all Kendrick even. You know, so many people I was listening to, Bob Marley,
yeah,
just like help you realize yourself. And I was like, bro, music is fucking nuts. So I was always on that thing where it's like the main reason why I started making music was to pass this message along, you know, and almost you're in the world, you become a revolutionary person. You're part of this conscious team.
facts.
You know what I mean? So for me, I felt like Kendrick on that song was just basically saying like he can't be like he'd rather just live, enjoy his family, and blah blah. He can't be like everyone's god, everyone's safe. Because if he is like, if Kendrick and J. Cole and Drake stay up there forever, then there's no room for anyone else.
Real.
But like if Kendrick takes a step now, there's a hole to fill, and maybe it's not by one, maybe it's by multiple people.
Real.
People start listening to more than just one artist or whatever. So, but I just kind of felt like he just was just saying like he can't be like the hero or whatever. But then he comes out with like that on and then whatever. And
A
now he's going.
banger.
He's like, we got to stop this, whatever this is.
Yeah.
Like we got to stop this. So he comes out,
Just like,
plays chess, and looks
Good
like
moves.
he won the game.
yeah, great
We'll see.
moves.
I mean, Drake bought Tupac's car.
Yeah.
So in the song there's like, give me Tupac's ring back and whatever. So I guess he's not gonna do that. He went and bought the car too. So I don't think he's getting that. I don't think he's giving the ring up.
So interesting, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
I don't know.
good attempt, solid war. I didn't like the last tracks from the opposing side.
Oh yeah, that was definitely a white flag.
Yeah, like,
I mean, I was my mind. The label was pretty much just like, bro,
not a
give
good
it up.
look.
Because the thing about Drake is that he's tied to Nike.
Yeah,
He's tied to so many things
yeah.
that it's like
A loss
if you
does
go down
not
this road, and even if the things
profit.
aren't true, even if he's not a pedophile or whatever, right?
Right.
But enough people believe that he is
Yeah.
because of this thing. I don't know I don't know him, so whatever. But if I was gonna say who's lying and who's not, like
Yeah.
it was guys playing to show us the lie. I thought that shit
Yeah.
was so fucking hard.
There was a lot
But
of good bars.
you know, so I'm gonna go on that side. But still, like there's no who knows, whatever. But if his image gets destroyed enough, where it's like, even Drake was still the most streamed artist in like June or whatever.
Yeah.
Apparently on Spotify. Apparently that's what it. So if he's still, so obviously he didn't do that much. It's not over.
Real.
'Cause he didn't destroy the career or whatever. So obviously they got out quick enough where it's not ruined or whatever.
Facts.
He probably lost some people.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
The
Some
state
people
of
he's gonna get
California.
clowned by whatever. But other than that, he's still gonna be able to survive this and still be Drake and still whatever. You know,
Facts.
still put out music that people are like gonna listen to and shit. So, but
Yeah, I muted him on Spotify personally.
facts.
Yeah. just-
That's what I mean. When we walked in the kitchen, like, yeah, when he was playing the music, I was like, he's playing Dre. I was like, we still listening to Dre? He's like, oh, the songs are good. I was like,
no,
I
sir.
was like, even didn't he get killed? I was like, yeah, he got killed, but we still listening to you. I was like,
Nah,
I don't know. I mean, yeah,
not right now.
it's tough, dude.
Like,
It's tough because there's layers to it. It's like you're trying to debate like. To me, it's like okay, the music, but also what is this music representing? That's where I'm at. Like, what are you representing? And we're representing like not giving full credit to what this is, whoever helped make this or whatever, and it's perceived not in a. It's not what it actually is not how it's perceived.
I get what
and
you're
that's
saying.
where I'm at. Where it's like, let's just how everything is. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
But people like just like the Chick-fil-A thing, like you should have to wait in line and see like how the chicken's getting there.
Yeah.
Because then, and if you still want to eat it, like go ahead.
Yeah.
And if you don't, then at least you know the answer or why you're not, and you go move on to whatever. Everyone should get that. Saying like the producer should be getting credit. Like
Facts.
in reality, like Metro Boomin like is one of like, and obviously like DJ Mustard, you got these people, but Metro Boomin is probably like the most wide known like producer.
Yeah.
That broke through like the thing where it's like your name is known, like people know who you are.
Real.
Versus like just being a DJ or whatever.
Real.
So it's like, but people should like, people who study the rap game and like love just the hip hop game or whatever, like love the beef for just the pure like thing of like hip hop or whatever. Like those people will know who the producers are and the writers are and blah blah blah. So if people are gonna be learning this thing, they should be learning the correct formula for everything, and with like know this person, who this person is.
Facts.
You know what I mean? How influential was this person? You know, versus like, oh, it's Drake. And then when you do put, it's like, who's the best? Like Drake versus Kendrick. It's like, you know, Kendrick definitely helped with the beat.
Yeah.
Or not the DJ, he just went on there, but he didn't get like he wrote that shit. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. So it's like, but then you're trying to compare these things where it's like they're not even in the same league, in my opinion. Like Drake has great vocals. He's a great performer, obviously, because people love going to his shows and stuff. So it's like you can't take that stuff away from the guy.
Real.
But we got to classify as he's a great performer, he's a great artist, great vocals, but at the same time, like how many reference tracks did they leak or whatever after that, and then shit like that. Where it's like on the other side, it's like at least for us, like everything that we put out is pretty much set. Like I think California Light the Sky, has been produced, mixed, mastered, like all in house. So. Facts. People might not think it's really good, or people think it's amazing or whatever, but at the same time, it's like no one can take away the work. Like we did it. So
I get what you're saying.
Now, if someone wants to come along and has great energy and understands, like, because there's some people who want it like that, like they do it like this, that's how they want it.
Yeah. And
then you have some people who are like, no, like the little tricks and this and that, but also know the importance of not losing like the feeling. Facts. The rawness of the song, because yes, we're in a day where we can process it all the way.
Yeah.
But music, like 1999, isn't the best produced album ever, but it's a fucking tough. Amazing album.
Yeah.
And because it's not heavily produced like that, like where everything sounds perfect or whatever, is why it's so good.
Real.
You know, it gives you that nostalgia, that older feeling.
Real.
When I listen to it, I go right back to where I was when I first heard it.
That was
mindset, everything, like just where I was, how much I grew from it.
Yeah.
You know, so in that front, it's like in a day where everything can be so processed, you don't want to lose. And that's the hardest part about mixing for me is like, because by the time I mix a song, I've been listening to the demo for so long.
Yeah.
That you get the demo-itis. And it's like, I don't want to lose these certain feelings that that are in there because I just like those feelings. And if you go and you might mix a song and then it sounds like completely different than, or feels different than what it was or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's a tricky. Because at the end of the day, it's all perspective. So
facts.
Now if it's clipping or this, like, there's different things where it's like, okay, you want to make sure that it's not muddy or whatever.
Yeah.
You want to make sure that your vocals people can hear them.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But most of the time, it's all perspective. It's all this and that. Just like Afro beats or whatever, that wave or whatever. I saw the one dude, like say like that. I think it's like the main guy like now, like Remo or whatever, or whatever his name is. I can't remember. But he was basically talking about like not to let the thing get watered down.
Facts.
And I think he wasn't talking about just people not making it, but I was thinking he's like, don't let the industry people like merge over.
Facts.
And take over this thing and water it down from what it is or whatever. That's how I took it.
Heard.
It was like you don't want to, you know what I mean, it's like that's the first thing. It's like, oh, this music, people like this music now. Okay, let's make that. Oh, people like SoundCloud trap music
Just
vibes.
with,
Now what the like that's like music nowadays.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like buffet
Like
style.
at one point in time, no one used Autotune,
Real.
and then T-Pain and Kanye.
And now everyone.
Now everyone's using Autotune, even if you don't think it's on there.
Yeah.
It's probably on there.
A
That's how
little bit.
good they are. Like thing like for California Like the Sky, like sneak hint, like our vocals like we use like Melodyne or whatever.
Yeah.
So you can like help balance the vocals or whatever. If you like just off a little bit, it'll move it up. So I mean that's a great program. Like it sounds great, like 100%. But I mean I don't do that for my album.
Real.
It's like if the fucking inflection's off, it's off. Fuck it.
Felt.
That's what it was. You know what I mean? And then if I'm now for me, I'm like in the moment, like when I'm recording, like how do I not like settle on a take,
Mm-hmm.
and how do I not like try too hard? Like get the take out. It's not gonna be perfect, so understand it's not perfect, but also don't settle like, oh I got it.
Yeah.
But it's like I just be like, oh that's it, like
Facts.
that's it for sure. Versus like, okay I got one, good, like I got one
Facts.
all the way through.
Yeah.
Versus like doing all the way through and being happy with the take as well, and then also not doing it forever and getting lost in the like the little minor. Now it does make good song, like it does. I understand how it's like, oh, it might sound a little better, but that's just because right now the world's ears are trained to like this certain thing. You know, I'm sure some sounds or some songs have certain frequencies in them, like just little tones underneath the music that make you whatever think a certain way or feel a certain way or whatever. So in my mind, like anyone, like depending, anyone's music can be thought of as good or bad.
True.
You know, even if Taylor Swift, people argue that it's good music. Most people say it's bad or just probably like just don't like Taylor Swift or whatever. So they got music sucks or whatever. I'm sure she has some great songs or whatever.
Right. She's talented enough to have been influential.
But it is
for
definitely
every year.
somewhat of like a cult vibe going on.
Yeah.
Like how many people, and to me, I'm like, and now I haven't listened to like all of her music to really hear what she's saying to speak on it.
Yeah.
But I don't see her really. I haven't heard of no song's gotten to me where I'm like, oh wow, like that's life changing.
I feel you.
And it's unfortunate to have people who have this much influence, and then they don't really say anything. That's the toughest, you know. And that's the thing. Like I feel like, okay, the president. Like I don't really respect any president who doesn't tell the truth.
Facts.
Now they could die the next day. Obviously, JFK, you can die in a week or whatever.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like always people like you're on a place where there's thousands of people listening to you and whatever, and you can say whatever you want.
Real.
And if they cut you off, then it's obvious.
Real.
And it's like, but no one does. Like only certain people stand up, like Kanye at the awards, and there's different places where people do. Like they'll
speak up.
Like Joaquin Phoenix took it when he got his award for the Joker or whatever. I remember his speech was very like powerful, and
I gotta watch that.
It was like you could tell that he was talking for real, like truthfully, like not just. It's like thank you for this award. Oh wow, it was actually
Jim
like
Carey.
Genuine. Yeah, Jim Carrey would say like he would go on Jay Leno or whatever, different thing. He'd be like talking about the Illuminati and doing this, and it's like, dude, that's crazy, and you can. And I tried to. You can never find like someone has never made, or if they have, it hasn't gotten far enough on YouTube where it's like a compilation of all the things he said. Because I try to like, because I can't go back and find all these interviews or whatever. So I need somebody to have like, this is what they want to do for the next month.
Yeah.
Is find every Jim Carrey interview or whatever and put a big compilation on it and just like just to see like what was this dude talking about.
He should go
because he was a little before like, I watched The Mask and. You know, The Grinch is a great film, and you know, so I see on Liar Liar, like I was on the end growing up. I was on the end of his like main career of doing movies and stuff. So, like, I wasn't old enough to understand or to like pick up on what he was saying. So I missed his peak. In some ways, I miss his moment unless I go now and go try to find every interview which I did at one point try to go, but I took the easy route, just trying to find someone that already made the video to give to me or whatever. So, but yeah, dude, I feel like people can stand up more. People have that. But then if you do, you lose the extra backing.
Real.
You know, if they're boosting your streams or if they're saying you have this many followers or whatever, if they take them all away, you're like, oh my God, look, they lost 3 million followers or whatever. Like, that looks like it's a big deal, but they were never there anyway.
Real.
But then people would be like, oh my God, like, oh, maybe I should unfollow them too.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. It's all perception. I saw a video today. It was basically like, I didn't watch the whole thing because I didn't want to be fully influenced by it.
Yeah.
But it was basically, the dude was talking about, like, if, he basically said, like, he put out a cigarette, people were like, oh, he was like, oh, what's wrong? Like, smoke a cigarette, like, you know, people with diabetes, there's 3 times more deaths by diabetes than there are people smoking. Blah, blah, blah. And then he was like, but if I put out a Snicker bar, no one would say anything.
Real.
And then he was basically like, from that statement, blah, 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 out of the 10 people, 5 of them believed me, and 2 of them started smoking. Because in their mind, it was like, oh, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
But when looking at it like that, they're like, oh, whatever their blockage for not smoking was, now they smoke
like,
or whatever. And
whatever.
his point was like, the way you use words can change someone's mind,
Real.
change their whole reality.
Real.
And also you can, like, crush someone's, like, happiness or good mood by just words, by just saying the right words to make the opposite effect happen for them or whatever. So it's definitely everything. You know, even, like, rock music. I remember, like, growing up listening to rock music, and then I heard it when I was, like, 15, 16. I was like, wait a second.
Big fan.
What are they talking about? You know what I mean? So that's definitely dope, like, being able to reach, like, layer it in a certain way.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, where it was, like, I think stuff was more elegant in the past. Like,
So,
nowadays it's like, I just fucked your bitch in some Gucci flip-flops, and, like, I mean, that song was hard, you know what I mean? But it's like, you're like, oh, that's hard. Or it's like, you know, if there's not, like, cursing or, like, whatever, some sort of derogatory thing in there, then it's not lit. It's not hype. And you need this fucking
like,
slat bass and blah, blah,
you're
blah.
not doing drugs, like, fuck that.
Yeah, so I think it was just more elegant back in the day. Like, maybe they're still as savage and they're still as, like, whatever, reckless, but it was, like, more elegantly
said. Like,
yeah. And now in TV shows, like, it feels, in kids shows, there's so many shows that have just, like, a political agenda in them.
Felt.
Instead of, like, just subliminal signs,
Yeah.
like, even more just, like, you can just see it, like, whatever. I don't know. Probably once now he gets a little older, I'm gonna I was already thinking about it, like, I was looking, just find, like, all the old cartoons.
Yeah.
Or just get the Cartoon Network, whatever their new streaming app is. I can't remember what it is. Boomerang, whatever the thing is.
Whatever, yeah.
And just be able to show them those, like,
Hell yeah.
maybe there'll be some new ones that we can find. They're like,
Yeah.
one slipped through the crack, but most of them are all trash.
Yeah.
Like that. I'm really watching, like, 95% of the shit that Amber watches. I'm like, this is fucking garbage, honestly. Which gives me super inspiration to, like, build up, like, that. Like, let me get a kids movie. Like, I have the animated movie.
Mm-hmm.
I have the movie for the album.
Mm-hmm.
And I have an idea, like a throwaway, not really a throwaway idea for the kids movie, but just one that, like, could I make a kids movie? And I sat down and I thought, I was like, yeah.
Facts.
At the end of the thought, I was like, oh, I can make one.
Yeah.
This one might not, this is like a throwaway, like, easy, like, blah, blah, blah. But I won't say it on here, but just in case I decide to, to make it or whatever.
We'll
but
talk later.
It is a good one. And then I was like, okay, there's a kids movie or whatever. Because the animated movie I have is, like, more of, like, an older, young adult.
Facts.
Like, those are the ones, almost like Sausage Party type vibe.
There's a second one now.
Oh, yeah. I think it's like a show.
Is it a show?
I think it's like 10 I think it's like, yeah, it's like a show on Amazon versus.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Because I was like, oh, it's coming out. And then when I saw the post, I'm pretty sure it was like, oh, it's a series. Like,
that's crazy.
I was like, oh, okay. It is interesting, though. That shit was fucking hilarious.
That was a funny-ass movie.
Dude. Yeah, but at the end, like, you just so thrown off. Like, anyone who brought their kid who was, like, on the border.
Right,
me and my brother convinced my mom and dad to take us to see Ted. Yeah. With my sister. My sister's, like, way younger. So, like, 20 minutes and my mom's like, what the fuck?
I can only imagine.
He said it's about a teddy bear, blah,
right,
blah, blah.
Psych. Is that Seth MacFarlane?
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
Yep. So definitely anyone who's on the border, like, of that, and then the end just comes, they're like, oh my god.
That was a crazy movie. I think I was like 17 or something. So it was like, yo, like, this is funny as fuck.
Yeah, that's definitely a prime age.
Real.
Shit, dude. I remember seeing, like, Superbad for the first time.
I still haven't watched that movie start to finish.
You ever seen Superman?
I like,
dude?
I'm familiar with the lore,
Dude,
but
that shit is so fucking funny, man.
that's a good cast. Like,
Dude, there's so many funny people in that movie,
yeah.
bro. Just Michael Cera and
Michael Cera is a trip alone, bro.
the movie This Is the End. Have
I
you ever seen it? Like
think I
this little
saw
like
that.
interview about it. It was like talking about how he was like he wanted to like smack Rihanna's ass or whatever, and she was like, if I can smack you in the face. He's
Facts.
like, okay,
That's
bet. So
fine.
it was like lie, like for real, like did it? She just turned to
Smack the
fucking smack the
fuck
fuck
out
out
of
of
him.
him. He's like, ooh, like, he's like coked out. Dude, that movie is so funny because you don't know if this is how they actually are or if it's
Facts.
a joke. Like
Facts.
you don't know. Like they could easily just be playing themselves. Like no one's gonna think about like it's just
Yeah.
a joke or whatever. But that could easily be I don't think that's how Michael Cera acts,
Nah.
but it could easily
Dude.
be like this is how those
I
people
don't
are.
know. Michael
And then it was
Cera-
like, what's his face, like following the hole, and the dude just like shoves him. I think it's like a sign or whatever, just shoves him in. He's like, fuck, I can't go down. Oh, dude.
that movie is good.
Yeah. And then Michael Cera gets spiked with the fucking light pole.
Oh,
Or that, and he's hanging in the thing.
dude,
Oh, dude, that movie is fucking
I
hilarious.
have to watch that one again.
Dude, that movie is so funny, man. Yeah, that's a good one.
Nah, but like Scott Pilgrim, it's one of my favorite movies
Oh, okay.
ever.
True.
Great movie. Michael Cera's just good.
Yeah, he's
dude.
had some good ones, man.
Like his dry humor is appreciated, low key. Like, oh, are you talking to me? Like it just, I like
Yeah.
the way he delivers whatever he
It's so
does.
goofy. And Jonah Hill was geeking that movie. So
Hell
bad.
yeah, McLovin.
Yeah.
Like that's forever.
One name. He's like so mad and being low on the ID.
That is forever, bro. Like,
Have you seen Drill Bit Taylor? It's Owen Wilson, and he's basically like a bum, and he basically sees like an ad because the kids are getting bullied, and they like try to hire like a bodyguard or whatever. So then Owen Wilson like pretends like he's a trained like military person,
Yeah.
like and then he like gets a job as like a substitute teacher or whatever. So that's protecting the kids in the school, whatever. It's a funny ass movie.
Drill Bit Taylor.
Yeah.
Facts.
It's a good one. It's in that same like age where like Superbad came out and
Facts.
shit like that. Those movies, Dodgeball, I think, around that time.
You ever see that movie where like Vin Diesel's a babysitter?
Pacifier.
Yeah.
We used to love that. That was one of the
Good movie.
that was one of like the favorites. Like when we used to drive like go like Canada or whatever. We had the
Yeah.
DVD
Pick
player.
some movies.
So
That's a great movie.
yeah. That was definitely a good one.
That's
That
what
was
came
lit,
to
bro.
mind. Yeah.
And it was dope because it's like this kids movie. Also, it's like showing like the company trying to fucking get this get this thing, and it's like showing you real life
That shit was
aspects of
insane.
life. I was like, but and as a kid, you don't really think about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then growing up, you're like, oh shit, like just gives you like drops those ideas in there. Which is
Facts.
why I like movies. Like, and I realized at some point, like a lot of people, I think, just view movies as like all fiction,
Yeah.
like just cinema or whatever, entertainment. But
Yeah.
majority of movies, especially good writers and whatever, are giving like life information, like things that are like all animated movies are literally just one or two subliminal messages,
Yeah.
and they just wrap some sort of like they throw an animal involved in it,
Yeah.
and they're just giving you life lessons or whatever.
Real.
Things.
Like the meaning of Lion King changes like the older you get.
Oh, true. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
just wow.
Yeah.
You know?
Facts.
It'd be
And
your
then
own family.
even like Toy Story, you got like you get you have like Woody and learning like not to be
friendship and
friendship and not being like the center, like the best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sharing the spotlight.
Sharing the spotlight. And if you're a
Just-
kid, it's like sharing like whatever you
Yeah.
have. And
It is good messages. And like I feel like that's really interesting how you make a movie that can resonate for like a child to watch, but also like an adult. Because like most animated whatevers have those innuendos. Like SpongeBob has a bunch of close calls. You know what I mean?
SpongeBob was definitely on the. SpongeBob was like the original South Park, like kid South Park.
like yo, what
South
what
Park for
happened?
kids, pretty much.
But it's still on, like still new episodes.
Yeah,
and
I
that
haven't
blows
watched
my
the
mind.
new ones, but
Me neither.
I haven't watched them to really say, but I definitely recalled a couple like of the new ones, and I was just like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's
It
different.
doesn't hit the same or whatever.
Yeah.
The movies, I saw the movie like Keanu Reeves in it, the last one, like that one.
That
It wasn't
shit
too
is-
bad, but I don't really like them looking so fucking
Yeah.
I like the old Bob.
Yes, bro.
I like the Doodle Bob version.
Come
better.
on, Doodle Bob is forever as well. Like that's a forever thing. Mahoy, no Moy.
Yeah,
Like, come on.
Amber started watching SpongeBob. Like she kind of fell off it a little bit, but she was like watching all the early episodes ever.
Yeah.
And I asked if she like got to rock bottom yet, and she was like, "Yeah, I did." I was like, "No, I don't watch that one." It was so funny.
Dude,
like trying to get the candy in the fucking buses and just leaving them.
Can't even tell you what episode 1 is.
I think SpongeBob gets hired.
Heard.
Episode 1, where it's like he needs a job or something like that, and he gets hired. And then the second episode, I'm pretty sure, is the anchovies come. Anchovies. And then the whole place is like. That's how I feel. That's how I feel on like Thursdays at like 6 p.m.
Yeah.
At the spot.
Everyone
All of a
just
sudden,
pulls
the
up.
entire town is like, "Yeah, let's go."
Me.
I want fish. Me.
Yeah, seeing them pull up from the kitchen is crazy because I'll just finish like a ticket with 4 items and then like 7 people walk in and they're like looking around and smiling. I'm like, you're here to ruin my fucking night. Like,
the other day when it was like 7 people, 6 people, 25,
Bro.
20, I was like, and the spot only, I don't know.
it probably fits like 60
Let's
to
see, there's
70.
15 tables.
Yeah, 16, including 34.
16. Okay, so
So
I was
10.
gonna say like 4 on all of them except 4. So you got 16 on the boost. Let's just average it there.
Facts.
16 on the boost.
It's like 60, 70 people.
20, 24, 28, 36, 40, 44, 48, 52, 56, 58, and then you could add people in the booth. Yeah, so probably like 70 people
Yeah,
max, like
something
you're
like
squeezing
that.
in.
And like
So we had 25, another 20, 8, and 7,
7.
and then a stragglers. You're already there. Full restaurant. That shit was, and they all showed up pretty much relatively in the same time.
Like 20, 40, 56. So we had room for 20 people. Like 4 or 5 tops could sit down at the same time. Or, yeah, 4 or 5 tops essentially.
Yeah,
And
nuts.
maybe not even that many without putting tables together. But
Yeah,
I liked my view from the kitchen when all that was happening.
that's hilarious.
I only have to come out once.
I don't know, dude. For me, I'm like, I do understand going back there and being like, and your overall psyche is better.
Yeah, it's chill.
Which then you're saying, okay, for whatever money you don't make now, is that worth your psyche?
Right.
And
I
then
know.
that's the amount that you have to like. So if you
Figure
make
out.
100, if you make $300 more a week
Yeah.
serving, is $300 worth your?
Sanity.
Yeah.
And I don't
That's
know.
kind of a way to look at it.
It's like, and it's not even that hard of work. I just don't want to continue to use that hand to feed me as far as like service, and not in that aspect at least. Like I feel like it could be utilized elsewhere.
True.
Hopefully for like more stable, like budgetable income. Like, cause it's too many variables. I
Yeah,
could
it
give
is.
everybody amazing service and get dashes on every single check. You know what I mean? And that's
Yeah.
just like, oh, that's just the day.
Yeah,
Like,
because there's no thing where it's like if you don't get what you earn,
yeah.
there's no way for you to get, like, there's no.
Nothing to like repair or necessarily replace what is missing
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
And so if I
And
was
it's like, and then if you do well, like 1 week, then all really doesn't matter. If you do bad, the next week it's just average. It's
Exactly.
you did medium. For the
right,
month or
so it's
whatever.
just there's too many variables to consider long term with that position.
True.
I know that I'll make money. It's just like how much can I budget like on in a sense. And like I see how you've been able to make it work for yourself, having like monthly rent and like things like that. But like I can still pay the bills that I have with my 2 payments a month with every 2 weeks or whatever. And I think it is worth not being as stressed out.
Facts.
Because even when I come out and talk to the customers, it is like anxiety striking now. Like,
Because also I think for you, like it's harder for you to eliminate your hours.
yeah,
So for me, it's like I pretty much maximize the hours I can work, like
Facts.
work there and then not lose my psyche, and then stuff like, and then even usually if I work more, I just still make the same, or just that week I just had to work more to earn it,
felt.
you know. But for you, since you are more like Mans doesn't on Sunday. Mans doesn't show on tonight. You gotta go.
Dude, like,
You're the person that has to go. Like I didn't get
yeah.
called to go in there. I would have been. There's no way I would have been able to. Like, I only slept like 3 hours. Jason bars in thinking it was 2. It was 10. Like
shit out of luck that morning, bro.
And I saw you guys
10:30.
gone. I was like, oh, they probably just popped up and dipped. But,
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, they might have had work today. I didn't know.
Yeah, I was
like,
supposed
probably
to
should
go
have
in
taken off.
at 12. Went in at 10:30 to unlock the door, and then came back at 11 to like open the kitchen.
And then Kaylee had to work.
Nah, Kaylee.
Okay, yeah, because there's no way she was gonna. No way she was gonna work, bro.
Nah.
Or like been any sort of productive.
That would have been a dead shift. Like, and it was. I was so done. Like, I was doing prep, and then I finished prep, and I was like, "Yo, manager, let me go." Like,
yeah, makes sense, dude.
got out at 6, got my hour back.
True.
Smooth day. I left right at the peak of the fucking kit, or like everything jumping and whatnot too. Like, I got out there to clock out, and I had to make a margarita because everybody was like stretched thin. I was like, "Yeah, what can I get you?" I have like flour on my apron. I'm like, "Oh yeah, for sure."
Nice.
I'm doing checkouts.
We'll
But the manager.
We'll throw some nods in there for
Yes,
Kaylee because that had been a while.
But the manager was taking care of some people at the bar that were waiting on a booth, and they were like mad at her for not giving them attention while they were looking at the menu, and they wanted to put their food in before they went to the table. So now she's just like handling these people that are not gonna essentially give her the tip at the end, and it was just like annoying. And seeing it for her, I was like, "Yo, that's what are we doing, dude? Like, go away.
Yeah,
Go sit down."
That's tough. Some people that it's hard to deal with them.
Real, like,
and that's another thing where you can't fully be honest at some points in time. Where it's like people, you gotta basically do something. Like, people don't deserve it, but you still gotta be like kind to them. Or I'm not saying that in any situation that you shouldn't be kind no matter what someone does to you.
right.
Like, you should be the bigger person, but you can be like neutral. Like, you don't have to like. You shouldn't be like getting like. You shouldn't be getting disrespected and have to still like give like a nice tone. Like, you should be able to be like, all right, well, and like just be neutral about it, like, you know, things like that. You should be able to kick people out, honestly.
I feel
but at the same time, it's like that's $50 check, $100 check. That blah blah blah.
They'll look at you twice, like, hey, so why did we do that?
Yeah. It's like they're looking at the $100
like,
versus the.
You weren't there, bro. Like.
And then they're not gonna fully. Because they're thinking about the business and shit like that. It makes sense. Like, the only way for you to survive is if people come in and eat. So
Real. That's so stressful. Like,
it is tough. It is, but at the same time, like, unlike like a car dealership where it's like, okay, people do need a car.
Yeah.
But there's other like things to do. Like, people need to eat, but there's no really like alternative to eating. Like, you can fast, you can, be a vegetarian. You're still eating.
Facts.
Like, you can only drink water, but then eventually you're gonna eat something. Like,
Facts.
You're gonna eat.
Facts.
So it's like
imperative.
that is something. Now, will they go to the grocery store? Could they go to a fast food? Of course, but to go to the restaurant. I mean, part of even for me, like when I'm debating what to do, like sometimes I'm like, oh, do I want to go to a restaurant right now? Because I'm gonna have to tip. Like, I'm gonna have to, because I'm not gonna not.
Facts.
Unless it's just terrible service, like,
dude,
absolutely. And now being like a fully seasoned person, where I'm like top in the world, I would say like top 10%.
I can't go anywhere.
Just to be like not super audacious, I'd say top 10% in the world.
Yeah.
Servers in the world. I can't not see like different things where it's like, there's one time we were at Olive Garden it was Jason, Eddie, and I, and there was this person serving us. She was like, like basically like, I'm gonna be like great, like best service you ever had.
Facts.
She's like, never saw her. Every time she pulled up, I was like, yo, can I get like refill on Coke? She'd just run away for like any. So then when she came back, like everyone else would be like, can I also get? So like, it wasn't like, it was just so bad that that was like the last time I fully remember like not tipping anything at all.
Yeah.
It was just like, I felt bad kind of. I was like, like,
damn.
I know what it's like to like get a shit tip.
Yeah.
But that's because the fucking person's an asshole.
Yeah.
Or just someone who doesn't tip versus like being god awful. Like, I don't expect to like give someone god awful service. When I realized I didn't give them my best service, and I still get like $20, or I'm like, damn, like I didn't earn that $20. I'm like, all right, thanks for like.
I feel that.
But then I also kind of think like those people, like, it didn't matter if I gave them, as long as I didn't give them shitty service.
Yeah.
If I gave him good enough service, or if I gave him outstanding service, I was still getting that 20 only. So it was like, that's just what they're gonna give me.
It's the kind of guy I am.
So it's just kind of like, okay, those people, if they come back, you don't have to go over, just do right, and you're gonna get, and you don't have to exert extra energy because it's not worth it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
I know the faces. Like, some people don't get like crazy Trey service just because, like,
oh yeah,
I know you're gonna tip me $7. What are you doing? What are we doing here? I'm gonna give you, like, I think even my reserve service is still good service because, like, me at Top Peak is like, I'm there in a respectable amount of time, like within 10 minutes. Like, I'm probably there every couple of minutes, like every 3 to 5 minutes, just kind of walking by, making sure. But, like, if you don't need me, bro, I'm not even on your side of the restaurant probably. Like, I'll come and see a refill might need to be dropped it off. We good? Yeah? All right, taking the cup. Like, it's just, you know who to really give it to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And, like, first-timers especially, like...
Oh, yeah, I eat them up. And especially if they're elderly, as long as the food is good,
there's nothing to talk about. Like, the food sells itself. And if it doesn't, you can give them something else that will.
Yeah. So as long as they satisfied with the food, then I'm gonna eat up. It's gonna be all good. So nice with it,
dude. Yeah, service was.
But the amount of energy though, that's definitely crucial. Like,
I just go home and sit and be mute for 2 hours after.
And then sometimes, like the past couple weeks, there was been a couple times where like all the regulars show up at once.
Yeah. You
and
can
then
only
I'm like,
have like 2.
Who do I talk to?
Yeah.
So I'm like, if I show this person more energy, they might feel like, oh, how come?
And I feel like they feel.
Or if I give someone just like neutral energy the whole time, and now I'm being like exuberant with this other person, they might be like, oh, why do I get that? Like, whatever. So it's just weird to like have so many people that you usually out of like the 1 or 2 that come a day that you would have like conversations with, they're all there at once, and you're just like, where do I chop it up? Where do I? Sometimes, that was also part on Saturday. Yeah, where it was like, all right, you guys are here, and then my uncle's here. Mm-hmm. He's only here for the night, like couple hours. Barely see him. Benjamin was here. Shout out to Benjamin. So I'm like, so I haven't seen him. So I'm trying to like, I know I'm gonna see you. Yeah. Like now, so I'm like, okay, I need to make sure I chop it up with him. Yeah. And also, he doesn't really have anyone to like chop it up with besides just how social he decides to be. Facts. So it's like, okay, make sure he doesn't. The longer he feels comfortable being here, the longer he'll stay. You know what I mean? All those things are in my mind, like in the moment where it's like, make sure I kind of, how do you divvy up? There's only so much time. There's only so many, and not everyone's in the same place, and we're only in the backyard. Yeah. So it's like, okay, how do you balance that time? How do you whatever? So my uncle, he texted me saying like, thanks for connecting with me or whatever. So he like appreciated me sitting down. Yeah. Even if it was just to make like some ridiculous comment. That was funny though. Like I laughed, but I was like, yeah, that's tough though. Still. Dude. But yeah, dude. So what made you? So met at 21, and then you ended up. What made you decide to end up working there in the first place?
Yeah, really just my homeboy was there, and then I met the GM, and at the time, GM was mad cool. At least from previous work experiences, like best GM I've had, I think so far, hands down. Regardless of like the issues I've come across, like just easy to talk to in my opinion, and I just crack it up with him all the time as well. So it kind of worked out. And in return, after I put my work in and like got past the speed bumps of serving initially, like he put me in management, and I was in charge of like the serving staff or whatever under the other manager, and it was a solid setup. I was getting paid a little bit more, and so I stayed for a while and like built rapport with customers, like reviews and responses. That's definitely a big one,
like building up regulars and different things. Like they want you to serve them, or
exactly like. I don't know. It was really just easy to do, and there was room to grow. But like now that there's no more room to grow, like I'm like, what am I doing here? Because I'm not coming for the kitchen manager's job. Like my boy is my boy. I fucks like, watch out, so bro. Heavy. Like come on, dog. That's my slime. I rocks him so heavy. I'd love that dude. Yeah, but great guy. No cap. Just like dude, it was comfortable for a while, and now that I talk about it to other people, because like on the floor serving, I was probably making like $35 to $50 an hour some nights, just like on some crazy stuff with all the variables. And so now I'm making, I'll say $16 to $17 with the tip out, and like, dude, you can just tell. Like, it's a much different experience, like waiting for a check versus like the payment system that we get as servers. We get the
Yeah.
cash at the end of the night.
Yeah, that's definitely a bonus for me. It's like I know if I go to work today, I'm getting money.
Yes, bro.
I
Like,
might get that money, especially with the rent situation where it's like
that's huge.
I usually have the rent, but then I'm like, there'll be some times where I'm like, okay, but I have nothing. Like if I do pay the credit card, like whatever, I have nothing else.
Right.
So I'm like, but then it's like the first on the third, like the first is a Friday, but I literally work Thursday, Friday. So I'm like that. So I'm like, all right, boom, like, or the first is a Sunday. So I'm like, okay, bet the first 3 days, like the last 3 days of the month, I have like,
paid.
hopefully I make rent. That'll be
Yeah.
sick. That's usually the goal. Is like, can I just make, if I make rent that week?
That's smooth.
The past couple weeks I haven't made rent,
Heard.
but I gotten close. Like not nowhere so far away. Where like where now it takes 2 weeks to make rent.
Facts.
So it hasn't been like that in a while.
Right.
Like, usually I'm at least renting a half.
Facts.
Or like halfway to like almost double 75% of the rent.
Heard.
Usually that's what I past couple weeks I've been getting. So
Heard.
but when I do make rent, but then then before that I was making above rent.
Yeah.
So it was like back into that little period, which is why
Dude.
like with the kids going, like it feels like there's gonna be still that little pocket, like until football really sets in. Once football
Facts.
sets in, then
It's dead.
it'll go back to whatever.
Or it might be lit this season. I hope.
I don't know.
It's marketing, bro. That comes back to marketing.
Yeah, I say that, and like I don't know. I feel like putting the game sound on,
Facts. That would help.
like putting the game sound on and the game on, so that people who aren't super like fans of their tailgating, like grilling at the house, but the people who like just want to make sure they watch the game and can tune in.
Facts.
Cause like I know for me, like if I go somewhere to watch like the national championship or whatever, like if I would go to our place and there's no sound versus like Taco Mac where there's sound, like I
Yeah.
might like our place better
Right.
food wise,
Right.
but the experience of the game is like whatever. And I
Listen.
get that we're not like a
Bar,
sports bar or
yeah.
whatever, but if you know that your clientele is doing this anyway,
Yeah.
you might as well,
Just turn it on.
yeah.
Because what are we listening to music
Because
wise?
there's gonna be more people that want to hear it than people that are mad that the music's not on and the
Facts.
game's on.
Like Sam Smith at the NFL.
Yeah.
I don't want to listen to the NFL guys. Or
Yeah.
even just like the NBA games. I love to just like let that play throughout the building sometimes.
Yeah, and then even for the guys in the back,
Mm-hmm.
like you don't want them watching
Yeah.
the TV, but if I can listen,
It's different.
it's like, oh, hits it through. You look up, you see the little replay, boom. Like you, like me as a visual person, I can take in the audio and like create
yeah.
what's going on. Like,
Yeah.
which is literally how any broadcast was way back when with baseball or whatever. The
Baseball,
best people
yeah.
were how articulate you were in as fast as possible because the things are going. Baseball's a little different because it's a slower game.
They still do that.
What? Yeah, they do radio.
I wonder if
So
they're
like if you go, so like whatever one of the local radio stations is for Atlanta, we'll probably have a Braves, like when the Braves play, like
like a broadcast.
for Baltimore, like 98 Rock. 98 Rock on Sundays plays the game day audio.
That's tough.
And it's always the same. It's the same guy. He's I'm sure if I heard his voice right now, I'd be like, that's the Ravens
That's sick.
radio guy.
She's doing it for like 20 years or something.
Yeah, at least 15 at this point.
Sheesh.
So there's definitely still that. I mean, what people have, I think people have Sirius XM. You
Facts.
got truck drivers.
Real.
People who are driving around, they're gonna Uber.
Real.
People are gonna be like
Just
that still listen
listening.
to the radio or whatever.
Heard.
You know. But nowadays I have YouTube TV, or my dad has YouTube TV. Shout out.
Yeah.
So I usually if the game's on, like even if I'm driving, I'll just throw the game on,
Facts.
and the audio is still running. I'm just driving, and then like stop at a red light, and there's a dope play. Just look down real quick.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna get in trouble.
Yeah.
It's like I was looking at the AC, shit like that. But so yeah, so I'll usually just watch. I'll just actually watch the game.
Facts.
But past like a little bit, like I've been doing like where the game will go on and I'll record it, and then like halfway through, I'll just hop in and just watch the game and skip the commercials.
Facts.
So I can just like instead of spending like 3 hours of my time, I spend like 1:45, 2.
That's a good
And
system.
then like I'm really like I can dodge all the fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Fucking Pfizer commercials and this and that and the boner pills and all the shit they're gonna. I can just skip all that car
Facts.
commercials and just go right to this play, and
Yeah.
just watch the game for the game. So that's usually but the negative part is if it like, say for like baseball, if you like say a baseball game runs around like 2.5 hours roughly.
Yeah.
So if you look at the recording ends, and it's like the 8th inning, and it's like a tie game, then you know like something's coming up because it didn't go longer.
Hurt.
So there's a fine line where, like for football, like if I catch up in the last like 5 minutes, you know what I mean? Like there's a fine like good timing where it's like you wait enough time so you can skip all the commercials up to the last 5 minutes of the game, and then now you're like locked in the last 5 minutes. You don't know what's gonna happen.
That's tough.
You know what I mean? So there is like a balance where it's like, because you don't watch it live, it still could be spoiled.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Also, YouTube TV sometimes they'll do like if the game comes on again, it'll record the second game.
Heard.
So I just found out recently like that I have to like go into like deeper into the library and change which version I'm watching. So it'll be like on Fox originally, and then it was like FS1, the replay.
Facts.
And then FS1 comes on at like midnight, and the game already happened. So at the bottom, like all this shit's scrolling. So I'm like trying to sit here with like a pillow like this, like trying to block the vision. 'Cause I'm just trying to not get spoiled. Because like if I know the score, like might as well just go on YouTube and watch the fucking replay.
Highlights.
Unless it's like a crazy game where it's like you want to
see how it happens.
And usually like the highlights don't give it justice of how it unfolded, especially where there could be a call here or this and that. You're like, oh, and it influences the whole game and shit. But for me, like now with sports, usually I'm like just studying. I'm like, this happens. Oh, get that thing. So when it like kind of you see that same story again, you know where it's going.
Yeah.
You know, and that's usually what I do for sports. But so you started working there.
Yeah.
And then how do you think what do you remember happening? As time went on.
Honestly, dude, like,
cause I remember we were going over their house. Like that was like kind of like that I think brought the start of like connecting outside.
Oh
like
yeah.
with every like not just us, but it's like whoever was there at that time.
Yeah.
It was like not everyone at the house was happy all the time that we were there, but which is why I'm like it's a weird because it's like I understand now like oh yeah that probably wasn't the best thing for like you per se, but for everyone like it was like blessed that was a thing that could happen or whatever.
Yeah. So I think the first time was like a Halloween party or
yeah, that makes
birthday.
sense.
Yeah.
I think Halloween makes sense because that's like more that's like a group, like you kind of
and like
you invite whoever.
Yeah, and like we were playing Pong at the crib, and like everyone was just there. And that's the first time I met Jason, I think.
Okay, yeah, he did come. Yeah.
He was smacking us in Pong. Actually, both of y'all were.
Yeah, we were pretty. Yeah, we were nice.
No cap. But yeah, just like hung out a few times there, and then like started bowling.
Yeah, I don't know how we started bowling, but
I think so. My cousin likes to bowl a lot, and she invited me to come bowl with her. Or maybe we started before them, and she just likes to bowl a lot, so we just ended up with them. But like. We just ended up like bowling, and we got there the first time, and it was nice. And
yeah.
Oh,
I don't remember why we went the first time.
Just like dollar games. I want to say it was my cousin low key, cause
I feel like you went first you might have went with like P.
Ooh, possibly, or like we went to like Royal Lanes or somewhere.
Yeah, I think because I think you guys I don't remember.
Yeah, it was.
But then it became a thing. We started bowling like fucking whatever. And it started going like every week.
Yeah, because every time I go to that other spot, I'm like, yo, the pins are in strings. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, so, no, like, I can't. I'm like, bro, if I'm gonna, because also to me, I'm like, just like any sport, like if you call it bowling a sport, but if you go,
it is
a sport. Like, don't hate it, but if you go, if you go to the lanes, like there is gonna be some wear and tear on your body.
Yeah,
like you're either like your wrist or. Your elbow or whatever, your arm, like it is a workout. Like you're throwing this 15, 14, 13-pound ball like multiple times.
40 times.
And you're only doing it really like unless you're me, like rocking the lefty flip on the one pin on the side, but still a risky move, but works out most of the time.
Just like spare the right.
If I hit that, I know I'm on. If I go lefty to hit that far right pin. and I knock it down like
It's the craziest
without
thing.
being like scared, like I know I'm fucking.
It's the craziest
I'm
thing.
in it.
Because it'll go slow and it just cuts.
Yeah,
That's
that and then
nasty.
I don't know. I used to love that, like especially like playing like the last 3 frames, just like people like ahead of me and just sneaking up back and just going dumb.
People think it's over because it's like spares are never considered, but the spares could really multiply
then you
the
start.
score
Yeah,
crazy.
then you ride the strikes in a row. You get 30 points. You're right back in the
Nasty.
game. Yeah, dude. So bowling.
Started bowling, and
That
then
was
just
definitely-
like,
That definitely breeded the relationship.
oh yeah, and then just like hanging out and chilling, fucking going up
Yeah.
to Marietta and
So shit, when was that? That was like 2021.
yeah,
It was like
the world just opened back up or whatever.
that was like the start, and then 2022 was a lot of like the bowling,
Yeah,
or like and in 2023 and 20. Then we went on the journey. Everything happened so fast, dude.
yeah, it's
It
quick.
really did.
Like
Like everything happened so fast.
we're bowling, and then y'all went on the journey, and then came back, and then we just started bowling again.
Yeah, we made steam.
Yeah. Steam was before the journey.
It was afterwards when we got back.
Swear, bro.
I'm pretty
'Cause,
sure.
Nah, bro.
You don't think so?
Bro had the verse on it, and we were getting the. Y'all were
Oh
getting the band
yeah.
ready,
It
And
was after.
So maybe the last verse that was added was after
So yeah,
y'all got
dude,
back.
yeah, man, everything happened so fast. Fuck.
But yeah, that's
No,
when-
because exactly. Because we were at my mom, then we moved to my dad's.
yeah, because like when
Well, because
y'all were
Jason and
5.
Eddie threw Jason and Eddie threw like the Taco Mac party when they worked at Taco Mac, and then
Yeah.
when we moved out of my mom's house because too many people knew. Like Jason was
Yeah.
sketchy, too many people knew where we lived.
That's so
And
funny,
it was like
bro.
it was like it was like close to like without like full damage and like literally hundreds of people you don't know. It was like Project X style. It was like just so reckless. Like
yeah, that was fun though.
people everywhere, fucking
Fun as
people doing
hell.
whatever, people just destroy walking around. So many things happen where it's just like literally a college party scene. Like,
Yeah,
at my mom's house.
good time.
It was
Just
lit.
drinking a bunch of beer. Like, no, thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so that happened. Then we moved to my dad's, and we were chilling at my dad's for a little
Yeah,
bit.
wow, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
Went from those 2 cribs, and I was just hanging out at both of them. They're both like 5 minutes away from the crib.
Facts.
And then, yeah, after I moved out here, just bowling every now and then. See you at work now,
Yeah.
and just be out here every now and
Yeah,
again.
he's slacking
Dude,
up
it's,
until recent.
it's far.
He said it's far.
I get tired behind the wheel. I'd
Yeah,
be
it's
scared.
It's only like 25 minutes.
I hate that 2-lane
That's
highway.
what Karina was talking about her new job. She's like, yeah, it's like 30 minutes away. And I was like, damn. I was like, wait, I fucking drive 30 minutes
Yeah,
now.
like, screw that, dude. I don't know. 30 minutes feels like forever sometimes, but it's all perspective.
You know,
like,
you gotta just rock a podcast,
facts.
whether it's mine or
Yeah.
any podcast. Because think about music sometimes. If like you're in it, like I'm gonna be driving, like
Yeah.
you gotta throw on an album.
I drive
Yeah.
in silence, bro.
You know what I
Low-key.
mean? You gotta throw that. Okay, so if you don't drive with music on, then
Yeah.
I definitely recommend a podcast.
I'll turn on some
Because
boys
you
in
get, like,
Canada.
Because especially when I was driving like to Maryland,
Yeah.
like if I throw on like a podcast with like Action Bronson or whatever,
Yeah.
and then it's 3 hours long, like
It's a third of
all
the
of
trip.
soon into it, if you don't get a text, you're not looking at your phone, you don't get distracted,
Yeah.
you're getting locked into the conversation, you're going
Time
just like this,
passes.
like however amount of time has passed,
Yeah.
hasn't really felt like it,
Felt.
but it just does.
Yeah.
So it's like all of a sudden, and then you're like, now 3 hours just killed,
Yeah.
and you might have learned something, you might have had whatever thought. Usually,
Real.
a lot of times I'll like have to skip back because I go on a train of thought,
Yeah.
and when I come back, it's something
Something else.
talking
Yeah.
about something completely different. I'm like, oh wait, how did we get here?
Yeah.
Let me skip
I
back.
feel that.
But then that's good because now it's enacting that like thought process. So it's not, and now and that's where if I go sit outside, it's a real, just like I was saying earlier, how I'm trying to pick my energy. Like, oh, I'm feeling creative, but is it music or is
Right.
it the podcast or should I
Facts.
be writing?
Facts.
Should I be doing comedy? Whatever.
Right.
You know, it's that same thing where I'm outside and I'm like, do I want to listen to music?
Mm-hmm.
Do I want to listen to my music?
Right.
Or do I want to listen to a podcast? Because it's different things. Like if I listen to a podcast, it's a different energy than if I'm listening to just a shuffle where it can go from fucking Nicki Minaj to, you know, Joey Badass to Bob
Yeah.
Marley to
Just
John
anything.
Mayer or something like that to Two Door Cinema Club, something like that. So
Right.
it's such a, you can go like you can go really like this, so crazy. Even
Everywhere.
if you shuffle Ocean on Arrival, you can go like that too. But so I'm in those modes, or I'm just listening to a podcast, and then it's just a different vibe completely.
Facts.
So if you're someone who's not, obviously you're driving time, you don't want to be listening to like the same songs you listen to or whatever,
Yeah.
or you can't be searching your phone for new songs because you're driving or whatever. So that's where I would recommend just throwing on a podcast.
Facts.
And then if it's like 2 hours long, it's like, okay, 4 trips.
Yeah.
1 trip there, 1 trip back. I'm an hour in. Next time I drive, I'll listen to it again. Blah, blah, blah. Shit like that.
I have one that I'll frequent, and then I was like, I don't know. Sometimes the drive is too short to put one on,
Yeah.
but like, music is just like not the move.
The thing about for me is like, I always think I'm like, okay, like, there's times where I'm like, okay, should I see if anyone wants to do anything or whatever? And also, like, I'm like, I also understand, like, okay, yeah, the drive and stuff like that. But in my mind, I'm like, if you had a crib that was like, we should be over there or whatever, then I would come over there or whatever.
Facts.
I'll be like, yo, what are you doing? Like, you want to come here? I'll come there, blah, blah, blah. But since it's not in that scenario, even with Calvin and Bree and them, like, they went from that house, so we did. Like, we drove all the way over there because it was the best area for all of us to be at.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Yes, it sucked to drive. Yes, you had to be cautious of what you do because you had to drive, whatever. You know, but it was the area, so we went over there.
Facts.
And then it became like my mom's house and my dad's house or whatever.
Yeah.
It was a good little thing or whatever. And then when we moved here, they were in the apartment and Eddie was back at his house. So it was like, obviously we should come here. So it's like, so in my mind it's like, yeah, I get to drive, but the opportunity here is like so much that I don't feel bad at all for not being like,
facts.
because what would, you know what I mean, what would be, there's even a place, like 2 PlayStations, so technically there really is everything
Real.
in some way. So not selfish, I'm just saying the fact of like, unless we're gonna go do something in the world like that we can't do at the house, like you might as well just come here.
I get that,
because you can do whatever you want, and there's enough space where like you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything together. You don't have to do anything separate. Like you can do whatever you want. Like if you just want to sit down and play video games. Maybe if I had the Stream Deck set up, then that's the only thing. It's like, okay, I can stream at home. It's like, oh, I can stream here too.
That'd be a wrap.
At that point, then there'd be nothing else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which you do other stuff, just about having it set up where it's not like you got to spend 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Where it's like that 15 minutes, you only have an hour and you spend 15 setting up. Now you only got 30 minutes.
Yo, the setup can take you.
Like, yeah, definitely. Bro, when we started this, bro, and I got this Soundcraft Notepad 12FX. For people who don't know, it's like a little mixing board.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason, the Mac doesn't, or I don't know, doesn't like to pick up the 3rd and 4th channels, audio channels. But I had to download like a driver to like update it. But I didn't know that. It doesn't say.
Yeah.
So I'm like, so when we tried to set the first podcast, it just wasn't working. So at least it took me like over 24 hours to really figure out how to like, then I downloaded the driver, then it still didn't work. Now it's the thing where I was doing last time where I'm like, I don't know why it works, but if I go through these steps, somewhere along the way, the thing triggers and it works. Like, but it took me hours to figure out. So literally the first podcast was 40 hours long because it literally took that long to actually be able to set it up.
Facts.
Blah, blah, blah. Then go in, edit it, cut different things, and like start the editing process. And now I go in there, I copy and paste the intro and the outro because there's nothing else to promote besides my album at this point. And I mean, I could do Jason, but I did Jason's for a while already. Yeah. Then the intro for now is the intro. Yeah. So I just copy and paste that, throw the new thing in. I do my little edits, and it still takes like time because for whatever reason, I don't even know why it takes. I think I'm just thorough. I think that's what it is.
That's fine.
I'm just like, let me just, because for whatever reason, the BPMs are different from the phone to the Logic. Yeah. Whatever. So if I just do the Logic and I immediately delete the iPhone, then eventually it'll be like our mouths are going, but the audio is lagged. Heard. For whatever reason. So that's and every phone is different. Yeah. Like Jason's phone is like every like 9 minutes. My phone's like every 8 minutes. Heard. Is when it kind of like, it gets to the point where it's one tick ahead, so I can cut it and go one tick back. Heard. But then if I miss by, then it's off a little bit, and then or there might be like in this exact moment of 8 minutes, I'm talking, and the fluid motion of the speech is too much to cut.
Register.
But that little like breath in between is enough for me to go cut and move over one. So sometimes you got to go a minute down the road,
Heard.
a minute behind, sacrifice it being off for a little bit, and then letting it loop back over and going.
It's crazy.
So I think that reason is why it takes a little bit of time or whatever.
Facts.
Then the past couple I did, like I put your guys like symbols in there.
Yeah.
And then you said put the what was it?
The card.
Oh yeah, the card. So now I'm about to go fucking find the card and put that in there. But
Facts.
well, yeah, dude. Fucking definitely takes time to set up, and that's why it would be if there was a podcast, more than one will come out. I mean, this week because I've been catching up, so there'll be 2 this week. But after this week, it'll just be 1 on Wednesdays.
Facts.
But there would be more likely more than one happening if one someone helped me with the editing,
Facts.
because then it wouldn't just all be on me.
Real.
And then 2, if we actually had a space where the mics were always set up,
Heard.
and depending on who was there is what camera angle setup we use.
Heard.
Like if you know, so that, but without that, then it's like it takes the 10-15 minutes to set up, takes to knock it down, then I gotta edit it.
Facts.
You know, so and then right now there's no one here, so but the other day when I was gonna do one in the morning to like be on time, because I was gonna do like 3 last week, but I ended up just doing Tuesday, Thursday. Like there was like a bunch of commotion out like here, so it was like. Like if I do, like I don't. So then when I was planning on doing it, it's like I know if I start now, there's gonna be commotion. I don't want to. And what happens is like something bangs out there, and I don't know if it's on here.
Yeah.
And my train of thought's gone. The last time like Eddie texted like, "Yo, I'm here," and he was out, and then he didn't pop in. So like the last podcast, I kind of just wrapped it up quickly because I was getting self-conscious. Like, why didn't he show? Why didn't he just walk in? Like, what is he doing? Like, not that he's creeping around the house or anything, but like. Should I go talk to him? Yeah, acknowledge, like, why aren't you coming in? Then I realized that the door was locked.
I'm dead.
The door was locked and they weren't home.
Yeah.
And the door was locked and he didn't respond saying the door was locked. He just the only message. And I didn't have my phone. It was just a message that popped on the Mac.
Heard.
So when I went to the door locked, he went to the gas station.
Heard.
But as I literally was cleaning up, Jason had walked in with Kita, so I saw like the commotion happening. So subconsciously, I just wrapped it up at the right time.
Heard.
But just to clarify, I was like, "Is Eddie come in?" And he didn't come in. Just like I was like, "What is he doing?
Like,
why don't you just pop in? Like you hear me in here fucking talking, you know?" But he ended up not being in the house. So, but yeah, for whatever reason, like I'm not self-conscious of people listening after the fact.
Yeah.
But like during, for some reason, it's like.
Ooh.
It's like, I don't know. I don't want them to be, like, judging me for whatever I'm saying. Especially when I'm by myself. Like, when I'm by myself, like,
it's like,
just fucking
yeah,
saying.
wait, minute 46. Was there some commotion in the back?
I'm just saying whatever. And then, yeah, so now I just I don't know. It's part of my thing. I get self-conscious a little bit about it. So
I get that.
But, yeah, but if there was a studio set up, it would. And that's, I think, the biggest thing with, like, the music and everything that was, like, in the house, was just setting up all these stations where, like, if you want to do it, it can be done. There's no block. The past couple of weeks now, I've been like, oh, I'm going to make music. Like, the studio is a mess.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm not going to be fully fluent because I know that I got to do this.
Yeah.
So I've just been eliminating the things that I actually have to do. And that was like clean. And then obviously we cleaned up just for everything to get fucking destroyed. So once the house is cleaned up now, then it'll be fully like, we'll be good to go.
Yeah.
You know, except the podcast we had to build every time, but that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, but if it was there where it was like when the studio was at my mom's, we lived with my dad's, like less music was getting made.
Yeah.
Because you got to go. And which is why I understand partly why they might not be like Calvin and Eddie might not make as much music over time or whatever, because they're just like the accessibility.
Yeah.
And then how far they live. Like they live like farther than you.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like at that point you either build it where you are.
Yeah.
Or you're dedicated enough where I told them you just gotta find, like, if you're driving 40 minutes, you gotta find a way to not make that 40 minutes only about the drive.
Facts.
Like, how do you, like, obviously you can't draw
right
or whatever, but you can do something, whether it's listen to a beat, have a conversation with each other if they're driving together.
Real.
Listen to a podcast. So for you, it's like, oh, it's a long drive, like 30 minutes, but that's because all you're doing is literally driving.
Yeah.
So if you now if you just think better in silence, and you just got to consider the drive as like, I have 30 minutes to myself.
Yeah.
Just to think.
That's
And whatever.
really how it feels
which
sometimes.
is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's just like going on the porch or whatever. It's just a different thing. But then when you get to wherever you're going, you can do whatever. So if I had the
Facts.
streaming thing set up, I would really have everything you need
Real.
at any point, access that you could just pull up and use or whatever.
Real.
But if not, then it's like, okay, and you want to do this, like you gotta, just like the streaming, like if you want to stream and I didn't have a setup, or I did have a setup, but it's not worth for you to drive 30 minutes, then you have to build one at your house.
Facts.
Or you don't do it.
Facts.
You know? So it's like the balance where it's like, I understand both sides.
Yeah.
It's like, so some things are better, like I understand, like wanting to be home and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And things like that.
Yeah.
And then like, I definitely think there's, and obviously you do other things, you know?
Maybe.
Maybe. I mean, you made that song with your boy. That's one thing.
Yeah, I did that.
You know, you're doing that. You're like help marketing or setting up that website for that for
The family member.
Yeah, family member. You also
Quit
did
on her.
your friend. Didn't you? Weren't you your other boys? You got like they got like a little group or whatever.
They have. There's like a producer and an artist. Yeah, you can consider it a group.
Okay. Yeah.
Facts.
So it's like, so it's not like, you know,
There's some stuff going on.
you going out there. But and if you're not doing shit, then boy, get your ass over here, my guy.
Dude, I'm just looking at
Shit.
jobs.
Facts.
Looking at jobs. Got my resume polished. No jobs looking interesting though. Still gotta finish school too.
Facts.
So,
And that's and that was also part of like, whenever you're in school, obviously your time is
yeah.
more consumed, especially because back you're working more too. So it was
Yeah.
like almost full time work, full time school.
Straight up, and that's
So that
not
makes
it.
sense. And then you get tired, and then you want to stream, obviously, and you want to do so that. So those make sense. So you really, once school starts, you'll have to balance your time. But the times that you're not in school,
Real.
slacking hard over there, my guy.
Yes, just
No, I'm just
recharging
kidding.
some days.
Yeah, no, that's important. That was me yesterday.
I don't know.
I was like, I'm
time-
gonna hop on Minecraft for sure. Just
Yeah.
fucking slept.
Every time I like recharge, my family doesn't fail to let me know that I'm slacking. Like it'll just be misconstrued. Like, what are you doing? Like it's summer. Like come on. I'm like, yo, like I'm putting in hours. I'm the manager at a restaurant. Like,
Yeah.
chill on me.
Facts.
But
Yeah, you can't let I mean, you obviously want people to like help you or whatever and different things, but
right.
you can't let the outside influence depict on how you view your
Yeah.
situation
Dude.
and like what you do. Like no one can tell you what you did or didn't do. Only you
Straight
can.
up.
You know.
That's real.
So
I like having strong character.
yeah.
I feel like it's just really good to rely on low key. Cause like you can tell when somebody's character's a bit shoddy.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
like a lot of people, I feel like I get first interactions where people are like, "Okay, you're real." Like I'm not
Interesting.
out here to like hurt you in any
Yeah,
way
yeah, yeah.
or wish you any bad luck. Like
Sure.
I might be a little petty sometimes. That's the worst it gets.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But like, there's some people in life that I feel like don't have my best concern, like
Oh.
best interest in mind. Like
Yeah.
I know who
I'm
they
sure
are,
there is. True.
but like promote good.
Yeah, but at that point, like, yeah, you just gotta be aware. Don't let them bring you down or whatever. That's the
Facts.
biggest thing. Like, people who bring you up and help you, like, keep them around. People who don't,
Cut them.
like, in whatever way possible.
Yeah.
Just because it's not gonna help you serve you any purpose
For real.
for
They'll
growth
get
or whatever.
no time back. It's really just who you decide to be around and like let influence you.
Yeah. And that was my thing earlier about, like, where to go. Like, you're talking about, like, moving and shit. And it's like,
Yeah.
unless there's a specific state that you just agree with the laws better
Yeah.
and it just aligns with that, like, obviously that's or whatever. But going around the country, it really is just, like, who's around,
Yeah.
you know? That's it.
I
Pretty
feel
much.
it.
What do you have? And who's around? Like, okay, cool. Like, that's on Christmas, if you have 300 presents and nobody around to give them to or to open them with or whatever, then
What's the point?
yeah.
Yeah.
But if you have 300 people and everyone has a gift, like,
It's different.
that's a more special time
Real.
for sure, you know? But then it's like, and then I'm at the point where it's like, okay, just because I know it's better to be around people doesn't mean you just be around anybody,
Yeah.
you know? You want to give everyone the benefit of the doubt, and I'm here to help, you know?
Right.
And and I'll give people endless opportunity to succeed or whatever and things like that. But at the end of the day, it's like if people don't want to be around you, like just like I was saying like the other day, like I'd rather someone tell me they don't fuck with me than pretend like they do.
Facts.
It's like because people telling me they don't fuck with me, like will give me more. Well, I can understand myself better. Be like, okay, why don't they like me? For what reason? Oh, that's on them. Or what did I do?
Real.
What did I do to make them mad or whatever? And if it's something that I think, oh yeah, that's maybe I should change the way I approach the situation.
Right.
Sorry for this person, for the next person, I won't make the same mistake or whatever.
Right.
But if they just pretend like they, and you know, and there's nothing wrong or whatever, you'd never get that
clarity.
That clarity or just like that closure.
Yeah.
It's like what like. So I definitely would rather that. Like, but yeah, I mean, what's the word? Like, you are who you accompany.
Yeah.
So it's a big.
It's real.
You know, and it's not like overnight.
Real.
It's just like as time goes on.
I think I've constructed a pretty good like accompaniment in a sense.
Hell yeah.
Like all my boys, I feel like I could go to them for like good advice, like not superficial, fucking like
True.
Took a second to think about it. Like,
yeah.
And I try to respond in the same way. And like I just take a lot of pride in that. Like I don't know. The people who are around are just really important to me right now in my life. And like it's like 6 or 7 people.
Oh yeah.
Like,
well shit, dude, yeah, I feel that, bro. There's not really too many people.
Real, like,
you know? I mean, half my family is in Canada, so we're playing Minecraft with my cousins. You know, so it's like we've been calling, like chatting up like more than I have in the past like 4 years. I've talked to this man. I've talked to him more in the past like 2 weeks.
Real.
So, you know, but as far as people around, like, you know, I mean, Eddie and Calvin, like, of course, and Bree, and they're over there. But beyond them, and then you guys, there's no one, like, no one's hit my line to be like, yo, like, let's do this. You know, no one's coming to visit from my past. You know what I mean? So for me, it's like all these things, like, I definitely went through, like, the emotional part of it. It was like, oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
But Jason's point is, like, whatever you're moving to.
Yeah.
Versus, like, what is not there, whatever. So I'm like, so I'm not in the rut. Like, I'm not like, I don't think I long for like people to like be like hitting me up to like chill or whatever. I'm just kind of like the ones who are there, like dope or whatever. Yeah. And then kind of like turning my attention to people who haven't met me yet.
Because
they didn't get a chance. Like, if I self-destruct now, then it's like all those people who didn't get a chance, like,
will never.
Like, just like if I was worried about only the college kids, like, or my high school friends, like, I wouldn't have met anybody here or whatever, you know? Because I could have, like, there is a life where I stayed in Maryland with my girlfriend, worked at Enterprise, probably still in the Enterprise system, like one of my boys fighting to be at the airport because that's like
the better
one of the highest ones, and then continue fighting to go up and up and up.
Heard.
You know, it's like that's what I would have done.
Heard.
You know, and it's like easy, like already lined up just there because I was like at school, already had the job. The area manager like fuck with me.
Yeah.
And he's already like 3 steps ahead, 4.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, that's good direction. You know what I mean? It's like renting a car. Once you become like a manager, you get your free. You can just take a car off the lot. They're paying for your gas.
Tough.
You know what I mean? It's not a bad salary. When I was there for the orientation, like I was sitting there and like they get like people who've been there for 20 years, like coming and telling you like,
that's good.
Like, this is my life. Like, I get this many vacation days off, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm feeling good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I left, walking out the door, and I was like, I could tell, like, I could feel myself, like, oh, yeah, like, I could do this. Then I walked out the door, I was like, what the fuck was, I was like, what? I was like, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. I was like, but they make it so, Enterprise in particular is a great, people who need structure and stability, it's a good, and you want, and that's what you're doing, like, I recommend trying to get the job there or whatever. The only bad part is, like, that it's a competitive market.
Yeah.
And, like, when you go in, you're, like, a management trainee. Like, anyone in there is a management trainee, and then there's the assistant manager and the manager.
Heard.
And the only people that aren't are, like, the people they hire just, like, help drive the cars from one end to, like, literally drivers.
Facts.
Drivers and car washers or whatever.
Facts.
So it's, like, you can do that part where you get, like, less money, and you're almost like a side, like the G League of the Enterprise, right?
Side character.
But then, so if you're all management trainees, there's only one assistant manager spot, only one manager spot. So theoretically, you're all fighting for the same one spot. However, and there's 4 of you. However, you're not gonna get the one that you're gonna like. They're gonna bring you to
Send
another one,
Yeah.
so it doesn't feel like that. But that's what's happening.
Facts.
So if you don't make it to the assistant manager or there's no like you can't just stay as like a desk employee like the first level. At some point, if you don't make it to the assistant manager in this time, they're just gonna fire you.
Dang.
Because they need room for the manager and
class,
trainee. And then
yeah.
if you're an assistant manager, same thing. Do you have what it takes to become the manager? Or maybe it's just the opportunities. Like you might just be fighting for someone for the same. It's the only one for the next 2 years in this area.
Yeah.
And then now they tell you like you're gonna have to wait 2 years or
Dang.
blah blah blah. Then you get to the manager, and then as you go up, there's less and less spots of those. Like the most spots in the management trainees. And
Yeah.
it goes down. Now, however, there's different departments where you can go to the truck service.
Yeah.
You know. And blah, blah, blah. But eventually you get to the point where you're
You have
always
to go
fighting
to
for that next
management.
thing.
Yeah.
So what if you're 15 years in and it's you versus other 15-year guy and there's only one spot?
Yeah.
Now you don't make it to 20-year pension. Now you don't make it to this. Now you don't make it to that.
That's
because
upsetting.
whatever. So it was like, it wasn't guaranteed that if you put in the work. Now, if you put in the work, usually usually will progress and you'll be good enough, you'll actually do it. But at the same time, there's no guarantee that just like the server thing, if you put in all the work, there's no guarantee you're getting that full 20.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So I saw that and I was like, oh, like that was part of it. But I walked, I was like, all these people who are talking to you are like 20 years in.
Yeah.
So they don't tell you like how their life has been for the past 20 years. They're just telling you right now, currently. So you're looking at like the most happy people in the company.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like.
And I was like, ooh. But I realized I was like, oh, they're good though. Like I'm sure there's people in there who got just like me when I was in there. But the minute I walked outside and my head had room, my mind was able to expand.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to do this or
Like,
whatever. But I could see that the people who would or whatever. But that's one. If I didn't choose to be like, no, I'm gonna move 11 hours from my girlfriend.
Yeah.
She still had a year of school. So
Yeah.
I was working in the school area, so I could have literally basically done another year of college, except I'm working at 9 to 5 at Enterprise.
Facts.
And that would have been my life for the first year, and then we probably would have figured out how to get an apartment or some shit, and that would have been life.
Facts.
But I decided, I knew halfway through school what I wanted to do. The next 2 years, I was delusional, just telling people that I want to be making music, blah, blah, blah. I barely have any songs, you know? But then I started taking like a couple music classes. I learned how to record all the instruments. And so that was fun. I started having more fun. And then I did yoga and shit like that.
Hell yeah.
Then I graduated, and I was like, okay, I'm going to move. My dad had just moved. They had just moved like the previous like year or like within that last year that I was in school. They moved into the my dad's old house.
Yeah.
So it was like a big like when we first moved, we were at my mom's.
Yeah.
Then we moved to my dad's, and then my dad was renting out, and then my mom moved out. She took that house or whatever.
Facts.
So it was big enough space, you know. We had Jason. We built the studio, and then I got to the point where I was like, spent the summer in Canada.
Yeah.
Came home, had a letter of recommendation from like my area manager. It was like, applied to Enterprise.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this, blah blah blah, and then got the email back. Didn't get the job, and I was like, damn, 'cause I thought it was locked and loaded. Like, got. Like, they wanted me up there, already done the internship, blah, blah, blah. I know how to, like, easy money, throw me in. Nope.
Dang.
Didn't get the job, so I was like, damn. Jason was like, damn. And I was like, I was like, imagine going to school for 5 years to be denied the job afterwards that you already had.
Like, what the hell?
I already had the job.
Right.
I already did. I've been doing this. So I was like, what the fuck do I do now? I was like, what do I tell dad? Like, almost feeling like a complete failure in some ways. So then I went around the town. I went to Kroger, walked in, walked right out.
Yeah.
Like literally took 2 steps, did a 360. I was like, no.
Yeah.
And then I walked into like TJ Maxx. Everyone was a robot. I was like, no.
Yeah.
They all look like they're about to kill themselves or self-destruct if they could.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. So I was going around, and then I ended up. Well, actually, before I left, I went to. I worked at a liquor store before I went to Canada, and I just made it like just for a month, and just made enough money and I was turned that American money into Canadian money, which gave me more. So I was able to use that for the summer or whatever.
Yeah.
So at that point, you had to have like the liquor license or whatever. So I was able to get that, and then I already had that. So I was like, all right, I got my liquor license thing or whatever. I can handle alcohol.
Yeah.
And I was driving down that road.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, my friend works at a country club. Like,
Yeah.
one of my friends works in Maryland. He works at a country club. And I was like, oh, or he did. I was like, I could do that.
Yeah.
So I walked in there. I got the job there.
Hell yeah.
Worked there. That's where I met Calvin and them. Well, eventually met Eddie and afterwards at their crib or whatever. But met Calvin. They were going to go to the military or some shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, very much like, do not do that. But it's like kind as possible. Because like, I don't really know this guy for real.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to shit on him. I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, do not do that. Like, you got so much potential in life. Like, you don't need to go to the military, blah, blah, blah. And then COVID happened, and I didn't hear from him forever. And then, like, about, literally, like, a week before I ended up going to the spot that we work at now,
Yeah.
like, Calvin hit me up on Snap. He's like, yo, we're having people over, come over, or whatever. So I
Yeah.
go, and they're telling me about the spot and whatever, and I'm like, don't know where it is or whatever. And then he
Yeah.
sends me where it is. Like, oh, okay. But I remember I worked at the country club. It was like Tuesday, and I made like $6 in the
Sheesh.
morning. It was raining. I just went right there after work.
Yeah.
And then that Friday, then on Thursday was my first day. Like the first day we opened, made like $100-some in cash. And I was like, oh my god! Like
Right.
walked out with cash. I was like, this is whatever. And then literally the next day, called out of work. Never called out. Never called out this spot.
Yeah.
And I never called out the other spot, but I called out the other spot. And Spencer covered for me
Yeah.
because he was like, I'll cover for you. And then the next Tuesday, Spencer did the same thing. I was like, I'll cover for you. So then I covered for Spencer during his training days over
Facts.
there.
That's funny.
But yeah, dude. So then I just started bartending or worked my way to the bar and then just been bartending.
Hell yeah.
So now I try to leave twice.
Yeah.
Not 4 or 3 times. And not really, I guess one time when I was going on the journey, I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
The other 2 were like, I just need to make more money. Like I'm not saying I have to quit, but I need
Do something.
at
else.
least a second job.
Yeah.
But then once the second job fell through, and I decided like that week I decided okay I'm not gonna work there anymore. The next week like we got busy as fuck, so it was like the universe. It just worked out because I was
Yeah.
like the days I was there I was making money again.
Good bread.
Hey, perfect. So it is tough like the inconsistency or whatever. But on the other hand, like I live more than I work.
Facts.
So for now it's like. Now I was telling Benjamin I was like, if I wasn't doing anything, it wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like, but I'm doing the podcast. I started that song today.
Hell yeah.
Threw some drums on the other song.
Yes, sir.
You know, I started cleaning up here and there. But most of the days, like, I'm not really wasting my time. Like, I'm doing something. So
Felt.
it's like, if I was just sitting around playing video games, not even streaming or whatever,
Yeah.
just
Dude.
playing video games 4 days a week, it would be like, dude, at least work
Yeah.
5 days, make some more extra money or whatever. But since I'm living more than I work,
Yeah.
like, it is a good balance. I know the cycles. Obviously, we're coming up on, like, the end of this cycle. It's going to the next one.
Yeah.
And we'll see how it kind of unfolds. But usually when it gets to the dead of winter, it's like, need something else. Like, it's
Yeah.
not really fully working. So
Yeah.
it is tough, like, being, like, not having the guaranteed. And then even you guys.
Yeah.
Like, even the kitchen manager's not really, like, he knows what he's making,
Yeah.
but he's not guaranteed to get every hour that he
Yeah.
wants to, that he's willing to get,
Real.
willing to put in. Like, he's
Like-
not, he might get cut short a little bit or whatever. So it's like he gets tapped out of what
he could be.
he could be making or whatever. So
That's real though.
yeah. So I don't know, but I have done the effort to
Get out.
change and do whatever, change the whatever, but it hasn't worked out yet.
Felt.
So I don't know when the next port is, or whatever. Hop off the ship and fucking go somewhere, do something
Yeah.
else. I don't know when, you know.
Ditto.
But for now, it's like I'm gonna go back to work on Thursday.
Right.
Hopefully, I make rent this week.
Felt.
Maybe a little more because I didn't work last week.
Felt.
You know, but I'll have enough. So yeah. Now, obviously, if something major happened, like I would be pretty fucked because I don't have like
A backup.
expendable cash. Like I got
Facts.
cash, but I don't got like $10,000 at my
Facts.
disposal.
Dude, I'd be a wreck.
You know,
right
my
now.
credit is 7,
Yeah.
and I got 2 on there, so I can have 5. But then I'm gonna have to pay. Like I don't have like confident I can pay it back by next month.
Felt.
You know what I mean?
Felt.
So it's like I don't have crazy cash flow, but I can survive the day. So it's just weird. So it's like can't be naive
Yeah.
and be like it's gonna be like this forever.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like knowing that it's not gonna be like this forever. It's like enjoy what you got
Yeah.
now, and it's gonna just like my last year of college. Like my last semester, I literally worked at Enterprise 2 to 6 Tuesday, Thursday, and I
Yeah.
had music class 12 to 12:50 Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Smooth.
That was my life.
That's so smooth.
So it was like literally 11 hours a week. I had to be somewhere,
Yeah.
and the rest I was just fucking doing whatever
That's
I wanted.
so
I was over
chill.
21.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just had a girlfriend.
Hell yeah.
So it's like literally everything. Like I had like almost everything you could want to do. Like I was able to do.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So at that point in time, it was beautiful, which is why I appreciate those moments, you know. And obviously, like, my girlfriend wanted something different
Yeah.
than what it was or whatever, so we just grew apart.
Yeah.
And that was that. But I could easily be in that scenario right now, you know what I mean? And that's why I feel like I'm not,
Yeah.
and that's why I was like, I'm not going to try to go to Enterprise now.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like that. If I was supposed to do that stuff, it'd be
They already.
should be sailed. I might not be doing a podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Things like that. I might be progressing in my fucking career. I might be fucking doing nice. So it's
Yeah.
like, especially like, oh, I'm making 60.
Yeah.
Then people like, ooh, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Like, I'm good. I got my own. I don't got to pay for a car. You know what I
Right.
mean? I got the newest whip off the lot today. Today I'm driving the BMW. Tomorrow I'm driving the fucking Mercedes.
Right.
Just whipping gas for free. Like that's not
Terrible
bad.
life, yeah.
You know what I mean? One of my friends, he still works there. So it was like,
He's
so it's not
chilling.
the worst place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the amount of hours you got to put in, how much time does he have for himself?
Facts.
You know what I mean? He's got to work like one Saturday or every other Saturday.
Facts.
So some days you're working 6 days a week or whatever. Or it might be still 5, but I think you get one of the days off, and I can remember how they were scheduling.
Heard.
But yeah, dude. If there was the next opportunity presents itself, I'm down.
Facts.
I just don't know when or what it's going to be.
Dude, I'm searching for jobs when I get home. Like,
In
I'll let you know.
the meantime, gonna do this.
Yeah.
I can edit this shit, put it out. You know, hopefully more people want to watch or whatever. And then you could argue that the social media and whatever might be a good thing.
Real.
In my opinion, the best thing to do is to go back. It's hard for me now because I was like, oh, I'll do it. But now there's like fucking 46
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
That's a lot of hours to go through all of them.
Yeah.
But kind of like look at the ones that might have got more likes
Yeah.
or maybe more views.
See what.
Go watch those ones and clip them.
Facts.
And then just throw out like the 30-second clips. Like
Hell yeah.
I think that's the best marketing thing to do. 'Cause I mean, for me, like whenever I see like a Theo Von or whatever that I haven't seen yet,
Yeah.
and it's just like a 30-second clip, like usually 5 seconds in, I stop the clip if it grabbed my attention.
Heard.
Because in my mind, I'm like, this is gonna be taken out of context.
Yeah.
They're gonna skip some of the things,
Yeah.
whatever. And I also love to see how this conversation even got here to begin with. Like,
Heard.
if we're talking about something crazy,
Yeah.
like alien conspiracy, like
Yeah.
how did we even get there? Like
Facts.
you didn't just start there. So it's like, what else what
are
was
we
the
talking
build up
about? Yeah.
to like before we got drunk on this conversation? What was the shots that we took to get there or whatever?
Facts.
And then for Joe Rogan, usually I'll like surf the comments trying to see if anyone will tell me like who this fucking guy is that he's talking to or whatever. Or if not, like whenever I really couldn't find and I really wanted to watch it,
Yeah.
I literally scrolled through every episode, started at the top, and just looked at whatever shirt he was wearing.
Yeah.
And just like looked for like red shirt, you know. Eventually,
You'll find.
find. I mean, there's
Yeah.
fucking 3,000 of those motherfuckers, 2,000 of those motherfuckers, but you'll find it.
Yeah.
Be like, ooh, there it is, and I get to watch the whole thing, and
Facts.
you know what I mean. So the clips definitely. Theo Von has a lot of people.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people have met Theo Von off the
Through
clips.
Yeah.
But also, I saw him talking about it. Was like, and they're talking about like coming up, and like all of a sudden, like people know who you are. He was
Yeah.
like the clips. It was like the craziest thing is that like you don't even someone else is making this clip, and then it just
Real.
goes like viral or
Viral.
whatever. It's like off someone else.
Yeah.
So it's like it really does take people
Real.
listening to this one right now and being like, okay, this 30 seconds was really dope. I want to share it to
Run
the
that.
people that I know, you know? So, but on the flip end, so what I'll probably do is like when we're getting close to releasing like the music
Yeah.
and like doing that push,
Yeah.
I'll probably be like, go back and look at all of them and whatever ones have like over 100 views or whatever, go
See
in
what
there,
went right.
watch those ones, find clips of those ones, and then the ones that I can think about, I can remember like, oh, those ones are funny. There's some funny stuff in there.
Yeah.
Go in and do that. Ones that maybe people commented on, like even the soda thing. Like we could,
Yeah.
there's something in there that you can clip or whatever,
Facts.
and then just have those ready to put those out or
Put 'em
whatever.
out,
But what
yeah.
I'm gonna do is when I put them out, I'm gonna put which episode it's from because I fucking hate when they put out the clip and they don't tell you because they want you to watch the clip. They don't want you to go find the
Yeah.
shit. Like, nah.
Go watch.
I want you to see this clip, so you go watch this whole episode. That's my
Facts.
goal versus the reverse, where it's like, let me get this 30 seconds of
That's it.
whatever.
I get you.
So I definitely but at the same time, if I post something, I lose a fucking follower. If I put 500 more posts, I'm out. I'm out.
That's funny as hell.
I'm out. It's over with.
Holy.
But maybe let's weed them out though. You know what I mean? That's how I always look at them. Just weeding them out.
Heard.
Weeding out the people is like,
Some people don't need to be.
if they don't want to see this, like, what do you want to see? Like, you
Yeah.
probably want to see like someone get shot or some shit, or like some just tragic.
that content on the internet.
Whatever. But like I was saying about the internet, like, it's just not a fair place. Like, you don't get not everyone's getting a fair shot. Like,
So,
where if you hit refresh on like the search light,
yeah.
you're not getting a full. If I go do mine, I'm gonna get some sports shit. I'm gonna get one fucked up video.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a fucking Ex's killer interrogation video for me to spend the rest of my night watching all of them to be like, what happened? Like, now that it's been done, like what
Confirmed,
happened or whatever. And the one of them was like making a good point. Like the defense were saying like a lot of the prosecution and whole thing was like the testimony of like the one dude who only got like 2 years
Heard.
because he pretty much just snitched on everyone.
Heard.
And their point was like, he's not a reliable guy basically. So why are we using like his one? Because like one of the shooters with the mask on, the only reason why he got implicated was because the dude said that it was him.
Wow.
So it's like, that's a lot to put on this guy that it was him
Yeah.
or whatever. But then they ended up finding him like in a security camera getting in the car at some point. So he ended up getting, but without that guy saying anything, they wouldn't have
Linked the two.
Yeah. And then it was crazy because like the cop was like the cop tried to get each one of them to snitch fully.
Mm-hmm.
And this was like one dude, the driver got caught 2 days later because he goes to that shop all the time.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see. The one dude who ended up snitching became a person of interest,
Mm-hmm.
and then he ended up getting arrested later. But he didn't fully snitch until August.
Damn.
And then one of the shooters got picked up in July.
Damn.
So it was like so each one like had like whatever, and the one who snitched fully ended up getting like 2 years, and everyone else got life. The toughest part is the driver because the driver didn't do it. Like he
Right.
drove, but the other two shot. Like the other two had the guns. So it's
And
like,
he
but
got
the
life.
third guy got life too. So it's tough. It was
Damn.
like, that's a tough one, dude. That's what I was really watching. I was like trying to see like what is it? And the cops are so fucking
Yeah.
so conniving because
Yeah.
they're like being friendly or whatever, but they're really fucking
Trying to get at
everything
the
they
story.
say is there's a motive for them saying it.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. So I'm
Like,
like,
so
I
you
hope I'm
said
never in that fucking
earlier-
situation, obviously. But
Absolutely.
one of the points
not.
he did make was like, we don't just go pick random people out.
Facts.
Where it's like, you're not just gonna just scooped up off the thing and like put like, especially in this day, maybe
Yeah,
earlier in time when there's
yeah.
not as much technology.
You're
and,
coming with me, pal.
yeah, it's like, or this lady could say it was you and it's like wasn't
Yeah.
you, but they're just gonna believe her or whatever.
Yeah.
Nowadays with phone,
Yeah.
fucking what's the radio tower or whatever, like the signaling,
Yeah.
being able to do that, facial recognition,
Yeah.
DNA. Everyone's got a fucking iPhone.
Yeah.
Things like that. Like now it's a little hard just to pluck someone randomly off the street and be like, this was you. And be
Real.
like, no, it wasn't. I was
Right.
literally in Waffle House
Right.
at 2 a.m. You can go look at the fucking
My
cameras.
story or
That's what happened to
whatever.
me. So when we were over at, my mom and dad had a fight at Outback
Yeah.
back at like the end of their relationship. They had a fight. My mom just walks home through the fucking dark ass woods. So I ended up hopping out the whip, no phone, no wallet, to go find her.
Yeah.
As I'm pulling up by the skating rink over there that they like redid,
Yeah.
some kid or kids had literally just vandalized the fuck out of it, like thousands of dollars worth of damage, like in the
Fuck.
windows and shit. And of course, I'm walking up the fucking scene of the crime, and I look up and I see like what I think is a dude in a purple shirt and then like a golf cart full of kids, and they leave.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, a cop's like pulling up on me, like I see like a flashlight. He's like, "Hey, stop!" I'm like, "What's good?" And he's like, "I'm like, who are you?" He's like, "I'm police." I'm like, "Fuck, what the hell?" I was like, "God damn it!"
Yeah.
So then like, or I had my wallet on me. Yeah, I had my wallet, not my phone. My phone was dead or whatever.
Facts.
So then like, literally, I'm like, he's like, "Oh, where have you been tonight?" Blah blah blah. There's been vandalism. I think no, he was in the person was in a red shirt.
Heard.
I was in a purple shirt.
Heard.
So they're like, oh, there's a guy apparently there's reports of people vandalizing over here. They said it was a red shirt, but you're wearing purple. I was like, yep,
Yeah.
I'm wearing purple. Thank God.
Right.
And then he's like, give him my ID. I'm still got the Maryland ID. He's like,
Yeah.
Maryland? I'm like, yeah, I just moved here. My mom's house is over there. She just got in a fight with my dad. I'm really running to like go find her. So
Yeah.
this kind of blocked that too, by the way. Whatever. And then I could hear him like say the code or whatever. And then like they had my ID. And then like they were like literally talking, saying something else. And then like the lady he was like, okay, we'll talk about it later or whatever. So now I'm getting like sketched. I'm like,
Yeah.
now they know who like. Not only do they know, now they like put it in the system and it's like ring. So whatever the Maryland people are like, now they're connected. In my mind, I'm like, oh God, like what is gonna happen? Meanwhile, my sister comes up the road like a second later and literally retells the exact story that I told, and they're like, all right, you can go. I was like, fucking
good.
Thank God,
Jeez Louise.
Thank God. But literally, it's like that moment where it's like at any moment this could happen.
Yeah.
But I literally was literally at Outback, fucking 15 minutes ago. I literally just ran there. You can go check the cameras.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, thank God we're in a world you like go check the cameras. On the other hand, it's like I just saw another video of a dude, like I guess it was like a Facebook like live guy or whatever. He ends up like shooting someone, and the cops basically tell him that he's on camera or whatever. So he has to like call his mom and tell her. And it was like, in this day and age, you gotta be a fucking idiot. Like they walked into that store. Him and the big dude.
Yeah.
Walk in, look at X, turn around, buy some shit, walk out, and then fucking 5 minutes later, a car pulls up on him, and then it's like, bro. So at that moment, like, that dude, he ended up going to jail because he wanted a lawyer.
Yeah.
But there's no lawyer. It was like late at night, and no lawyer was gonna come, so he ended up going to jail. So I don't know how long it took or how much information, and I'm pretty sure they were bringing in like the big dude.
Yeah.
So I feel like the driver lost his chance.
Damn.
To like, I guess, snitch or whatever you would say. But his point was like, if I do this and I go to jail, like I'm gonna die because people are gonna
say I snitched.
Yeah, whatever. But then turn around, like the other dude snitched, only got 2 years.
Real.
And the driver like got life.
Life.
But at the end of the day, it's like he was even saying like, obviously like he basically like made like, obviously I didn't know this was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't have walked in the fucking store that I go into all the time.
Damn.
You know what I mean? So it's like, so at that point it's tough because you're like with other people's actions, and that's also for me. I'm like, that's like one of my biggest things. Like, as I've been growing up and moving and growing older, and who I accompany, like in my mind, like if you serve at any risk at all, like can't really, you know, just like that one time we were driving to the bowling alley and like got the bottle, we all been drinking, and it's like.
Yeah.
Thank God that we fucking made it. It's like those moments like you see right there is like we all can't ride.
Yeah.
Right now, like not all of us are equipped.
Real.
If we're walking in the street, is one person gonna heckle, like catcall someone? Is someone gonna heckle some dude, make fun of some dude?
Yeah.
That doesn't need to be made fun of. Get into a fight where now like this person gets in a fight and someone else gets shot because of them.
Real.
You know what I mean? All those things in my mind. I'm like, eventually, like if 1 million people know who I am, you don't want to be. Who you are, who you accompany, so you don't want to be grouped into whatever. So like everyone has to be like
on
just
point.
Good, on point, good human beings, whatever. Just that you know, like everyone around, no one's gonna mess it up, no one's gonna fuck it up for everyone,
real
or whatever, or get everyone in trouble, whatever. Someone brought weed with them across the border or some shit. Now
like,
we're all fucking.
What are we doing?
Yeah, things like that. So it was like in my mind, I was like, I always had this, especially because I had the delusion of like I'm gonna fucking do this music shit, blah blah. So in my mind, like there, I'm like looking around like. Who could do what? Who wants to join? Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
If we're all walking down the street, would I be comfortable walking down with you in any street, anywhere, anytime?
Facts.
Whatever. I'm comfortable with you next to me.
Facts.
And if not, we have to figure that out.
Real.
And then we either figure it out or we don't. And it doesn't mean that we can't be friends or whatever, but it's like we can't be partners. We can't be. You know what I mean?
I get you.
So that's like, that was definitely been big in my mind, like throughout time. I think for a lot of it, I feel like just back in the day, I was just super blunt. And like, I didn't articulate myself or my feelings in like the most genuine way. I probably was like, I was slick. I was a slick little asshole sometimes.
Yeah.
Just like hit someone with some shit that they're gonna go home and think about.
Yeah.
And then I don't realize that they go home and think about it and get more mad or whatever. So the next time they see me, they're pissed because I completely forgot because I was drunk and I just fucking said some shit. That happened to me once. So
happens.
But after that, then you grow from that, you know. So now I feel like anyone in the past, I'll be able to like articulate where I was at that time and where I am now, and
just kind of remedy. I get
so,
that.
But over time, like, yeah. So at this point, it's like, what can we do? You know, you can go home, search for whatever. But at the end of the day, if it's not the time, and you're just gonna either force it and do something that you're gonna turn around not wanting to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or it's just not gonna work. Like if it was a time for me to whatever, I would have probably been at the airport now.
Real.
You know, or I would have been doing the other thing.
Real.
Or whatever. You know, or there was one guy who came and he gave me his card and he's like, call me or whatever. But
yeah,
if he really wanted me, he would have came back.
Felt that.
You know what I mean?
I
if he
do.
really, really wanted me, besides just that one little thing, like, oh, I could use you or whatever.
Yeah.
Versus like I want you.
Long
I get the
term.
same thing that Bree's point from the other day.
Yeah.
It's like the person, if they know,
Real.
when they meet you or whatever, there's like you kind of know, and then you just build towards it or whatever. So I don't know. So we'll see.
Up in the air for now,
Fucking.
dude.
In the meantime, just gotta keep doing it. Stream. So have you streamed any since the last podcast?
No.
You haven't streamed at all?
Nah, I haven't.
You said like a couple times a month, so.
Yeah, hasn't been this month. I really don't know what to play right now. Rocket League is just kind of, it's getting very saturated. I'm trying to look for some story games to kind of record and play on like.
Dude, Sly Hoover, my guy.
I know. I have to like.
That's what you got. That's what you need, bro.
It's exclusive right now.
On what?
So like PlayStation Premium Plus.
Okay,
I have Premium, but like there's a.
Did they
Plus
remake
version.
it for the PS4 or 3?
So they only have the first one.
Oh, because Jack and Dexter, they did like the whole.
They have the
So
collection.
I bought like the whole collection.
They have the collection on PS3, but it hasn't been done for PS5 yet.
Okay.
So like they only have the first
and it
game.
doesn't, and the disc doesn't work for
Right.
PS5.
I don't think so.
That's annoying because PS2 could play PS1.
PS4 could do PS3.
3, yeah.
PS5
But they never. But why? If PlayStation was smart, why would they not? Or sell a disc? Because I saw they sold a disc drive for the people who got the digital console, and it's like $70.
Heard.
But I'm like, bro, the other
Like,
console's
you still
$100.
can't
Just
play
pay the
it.
extra $30, get the whole shit together. Like, bro, like, come on.
Yeah.
But they have that, so it's like, okay, if you're gonna sell a disc drive alter anyway, why not sell a PS2 version disc drive or whatever?
Right.
That when you plug in, you could drop the graphics.
Right.
And you just have this little pocket of graphics for whatever it is, and then you can be able to play all the fucking old games.
It's some crazy dude somewhere just like figuring out how to play everything off the PC, bro.
Yeah.
Like just
well, most people, they throw an emulator on there or
Yeah.
whatever. But dude, if you could, that would be sick. That's literally the best. That's the most genius. That's it. Just fucking make a disc drive that, literally a fucking Switch too. You could put a Switch that connects to a fucking GameCube little
like the
thing. And you could play your GameCube games on your Switch.
I remember last time I've seen like the yellow and red on like the inputs for the
really?
audio.
Oh
and
yeah,
shit.
you can go look down right there. Actually.
Yeah, like that, I was looking at that when I mentioned it, but like monitors, like PC monitors.
Yeah, no, they don't got that.
Not having.
Yeah. Most TVs don't have the 3-prong, but you
yeah.
can do like the HDMI to 3-prong.
Yeah.
That's usually the
That's
cable or
nasty.
whatever. I think because I was like, because that's when I went to start getting all the consoles, and I realized I was like, fuck, I'm gonna need TVs for all these motherfuckers. Like, it doesn't. Well, I have a GameCube, I can't fucking play it because there's no fucking screen.
It's a bunch of like different blank to blank, like HDMI
Dude,
to
and
AV.
let's talk about computers just removing disk drives.
Oh yeah,
like
dude.
it was nothing. Like
Dude.
it was like they took up so much space to begin with.
Just get the USB.
Especially the
drive.
Mac ones. Like the Mac ones, you didn't even the tray didn't have to come out.
You just slid it
You
in.
just slid it in, bro.
That's sick.
Like how like the disc is this big. Like there's no way that's taking up so much space. I get the Air, MacBook Air. I get it.
Yeah.
Thin. All right, I get
one.
the iPad, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But literally, this Mac right here with this thick side anyway, there's no reason why this doesn't have a disc. Literally no reason besides the fact they don't want you to use them.
They're eliminating discs, yeah. Everything's going to
But
be
I have
wave.
seen they have a radio at Best Buy where it's like a tape deck CD player and like a record.
It was like an 8-in-1.
It's like three or 4-in-1 or
That's
whatever.
sick.
But I was like, it's not solar powered, so
Facts.
the only way it's actually if it's solar powered, because then you can always charge it.
Yeah.
If the internet goes out, the grid
Like,
goes out,
you're good.
whatever. Which is why I want to put all the music. Like I haven't done it yet, but once we do a full organization of the computer,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and buy a bunch of CDs and just fucking download all the music onto the CDs.
Facts.
That way you have like if anything happens, we have the music still.
Just have it. Facts.
But yeah, so now my dad has one of those fucking solar powered generators or whatever. So
Yeah.
I saw him, I was like, all right, he's got that, but
Yeah.
I need some sort of solar powered battery or whatever so that we can make sure that we can plug in one of these stereos or whatever, have music and shit. If it all goes to hell,
Felt that, and when it does, you'll be ready.
I guess some water bottles too. It's probably
Oh,
smart to
yeah.
have.
Like 5 packs or something.
You know when right before COVID hit, Jason had this fucking feeling that like we should stock up on shit. So he went absolutely psychotic. Like he bought a bunch of camping gear, like bunch of fucking canned fruit and shit like
Yeah.
that. The next day,
Everyone
like,
else caught on.
like the shit started whatever,
Yeah.
and he went like literally like we went in not even 12 hours later.
Empty.
He went in and just dead empty. He's like,
Yeah.
dude, thank God I came yesterday, bro.
Dude.
Holy shit. And he went like middle. This was before when Walmart was 24 hours.
Yeah.
Because he went at like 3 fucking in the morning. He was
Yeah.
like, I'm going to go to Walmart. There's
Just
one other
stock.
person doing the same thing that he was.
That's crazy.
But it was like, now we can't even go to Walmart at 3 a.m. Like such a
Real.
luxury of the past, dude. You can go get groceries at 3 a.m. or you can go, oh, I need a PS8. I need a
Just have
PlayStation card.
anything. Yeah.
Whatever.
Like,
Pretty much anything.
that, like,
So clutch, dude.
I remember
And
just
it's not like
going to
there's
go.
still people there now.
Yeah.
Like they still are stocking in the middle. Like it's not like
It's
Walmart shuts
closed.
down anymore.
Right.
It's just like they don't let you go in,
Like,
which is so beat, dude.
That's exclusive.
And
as
I don't know
hell.
if it's around the country or not, or just here.
I think a lot of Walmarts did it. Well, our Walmart was like plagued with like children just being kids and shit.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm sure they had a lot of theft, especially in those hours. Like,
True.
I would sorry, but I would take a little bit of a piece of candy or something. Like 3 a.m. You're not watching. I'll pay for this PS5 and take a candy bar. Like,
Yeah.
shh.
Yeah.
But like, I don't
That's
know.
what happens at Chipotle. If they screw me on my food, I usually grab like shit ton of napkins.
Yeah,
No
like,
reason.
Give me that.
Just a couple of minutes. Just like take a whole fucking thing of napkins. Like, yeah, this is worth $5.
That
And
cap.
just take this.
Just take a bunch of like plasticware. Like
The crazy
push.
thing I seen is when people would take like the whole Cholula bottle and shit. I'm like, dude, you're nuts.
you're
You just
crazy. Like,
like you're going home. Just
Come on.
go get the big one from Kroger, bro.
Just be honest.
Or you literally just take the Cholula bottle and take all the forks.
Salt and pepper missing.
They got their
like,
whole month's worth of
yo,
silverware.
Like, I think I went behind somebody at Chick-fil-A once upon a time, and like half the ketchup box was gone.
That's geek.
Like purse full of ketchup.
Yeah, the other day they went to Chick-fil-A, and I knew they were gonna go,
Yeah.
and I was like, whatever, I'll get Chick-fil-A or whatever. And I was
Yeah.
like, I want to be disappointed of how I feel after I eat it. Like I'm excited for that feeling.
Yeah.
Ate it, felt like shit afterwards, but then they're like they didn't bring any ketchup,
Yeah.
and I was like, they're like, we have ketchup in the fridge. I was like, no, I want to be able to scoop my ketchup out of a little packet,
Little bottle.
you know, that little guy,
Yeah.
little whatever Chick-fil-A crack ketchup they got going on,
That's just gas.
you know.
It's just because it comes out the thing. It's placebo, bro.
Yeah.
It's in the bottle, I swear. But
You don't
the
think
fact
it's
that I can-
different? You don't think that Chick-fil-A is getting any different ketchup than
I
the
don't
rest of the
know.
Heinz community?
Because like, it's still Heinz. Like, does no one else have that container? No one else has that one. Because everyone else has like the pouches.
Good question. I feel like I've seen
maybe like Checkers or like I don't know.
Checkers that bougie.
I hope
Checkers
so.
giving you those little squeeze guys. For
That's
sure,
real,
bro.
that's
They're giving
real.
you
I'm
squeeze
capping.
guys. Shout out
Wait.
Checkers though.
Hmm.
I don't think I've seen. I can't remember if I've seen anyone else have those. I feel like I have, but
If no one else has them, then they might be a little different. Just
What?
because it's Chick-fil-A.
like soda. Like doesn't like McDonald's has their own.
They just clean their lines better than everyone else. They like
Yeah.
double filter.
Well, I'm
or
pretty
some
sure
shit.
they get their own little formula though.
Swear it's just a double filtering. I looked into it and it
Really?
was like they just double clean the filter so it comes out crisp as hell. And like no other companies are doing that or something.
Damn.
I think. Or
Well,
it
I'll
might
tell you
be
what.
different.
My restaurant
Oh,
is gonna be clean lines out the ass.
bro. The root beer would smack.
Oh yeah, we're getting
crazy.
we're getting nice. We're getting nice. We're gonna get some. We're gonna get cream soda on there.
Oh my gosh, cream soda is so good.
You know, we gonna get it. Yeah,
Facts.
that's why I didn't say. I was earlier. I was about it when we were talking about the waste. I was gonna say like my restaurant idea. I was like, no,
Yeah, facts.
gotta keep that one. That
no
one's
cap,
locked
though.
in.
No cap.
So we'll see. But I think that's the thing. Like every day, if you can accomplish something, whether it's streaming a little bit, you know, we did a pod today, so a decent one too,
Real.
lengthwise. So
Real.
you know, it's a lot of content or whatever in the time. I started a song. We did the drums on those ones. So it was like a lot of little things.
Yeah.
And I saw Russ talking today too, which is actually really dope because part of me was like, he was basically talking about like, which is how I got when I was talking about earlier about like the different things. Like, where do I pour my energy into, whether it's music and it kind of felt like the only way I was getting my creative energy out was music.
Yeah.
And Rusley had this interview we put on Instagram today where he was saying that like how he felt like if he didn't make a song that day, he was like a loser. And it was like, he's got to be making music or whatever. And that was like his outlet. But now like, it could be music. It could be like a day of just personal growth, like we were talking about.
Real.
Like even if like it's a day where you got to take care of something and something that might make you mad in the past, you're able to like
handle it
and like be like keep a composure or whatever. Like that's positive, that's progression. So like anything towards progressing yourself or whatever.
Facts.
And for him, he has like the music. He's got his clothes. He's got the hair product.
Yeah.
He wrote a couple books.
Facts.
So he's got a couple things where it's like he's pouring. It's not just one thing. And now I kind of resonate. I was like, which is cool to see because he was always like, I'm in the studio every day.
Yeah.
Like that. And I was like, damn, like, I'm not in the studio every day. Like, is that what you have to do to be like, you have to put in hours to become where Russ is now. We can, whatever. But at the same time, it's like, you can do other things too or whatever. It's not, you don't have to lock in on one thing only to be successful. Like, you can
split it up.
Do whatever it is. So from now, it's like, I don't know what's going to happen with the house.
Facts.
Don't know what's going to happen with the job.
Facts.
Or whatever. But for now, I got these days off. I got the house to myself.
Yeah.
You know, so do whatever comes to mind or whatever you feel. As long as the podcast comes out every week, make some music for the next time being, you know, work on this movie, maybe work on that comedy set.
Hell yeah.
15 minutes. Like, eventually the comedy set will be done.
Yeah.
Eventually the movie will be ready to be filmed. And whoever I can empower with a role.
Right.
And help them discover something they might not even know.
Real.
Like, that they like doing, whether it has anything to do with the lights, to the voice work, to the editing, to the videoing, to the acting, to the side character. I'm going to tell Benjamin if he wants to be a actor or a side character, he can just be an extra if he wants.
Hell yeah.
The only rule for extras is that they have to look different every time.
Heard.
Like, I don't want people to see the same extra. So it's like, you can be as many extras as you want as long as you can pull off the different look. Where it's like, it could kind of be like a joke where it's the same guy or whatever, but it's not so obvious.
Yeah.
Right? So that's where I'm at with that. Like, I know that will be the most like doing what I can to help everyone else do something. It's like that, and then whoever wants to come on the pod, you know, and then just keep doing that. So for me, it's just that. I would say for you, figure out what you want to stream. Sly Cooper, that I don't feel like there's many people who are doing that.
No, it's like 2
or whatever.
Just 2 people, honestly.
Facts, true. Yeah,
so if I can get that gameware up, bro. If I can get on the PS5.
That, or you do that, or you literally fucking set up the camera.
Yeah. Just
like I'm doing the pod. Set the camera, make sure the lighting's right.
Yeah.
Open up that PS2.
Hell yeah.
Throw the old shit in there. Play off the old shit. People will watch.
Real.
But you gotta be able to see.
Real.
So if you can do it's like the capture card's obviously nice.
Yeah.
But everybody, if you can line it up where you're getting the whatever's on the TV.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Then it's like now you don't need to wait for PS5. You can just do your own thing or whatever.
Dude.
Fine with that. Maybe we should do we should stream the Minecraft.
Absolutely. I gotta get a PS2. I gotta get all that stuff.
There's a nice store over here downtown.
Oh really?
Yeah, they got shit that's everything from like old Batman action figures, old Lego sets.
Sick.
Like,
it's like the spot that's up north. Marietta.
Yeah, it's even like more because it's like the first half of the store is all like old toys, games like Legos, Pops, old action figures, old like kids stuff, like really just like a time capsule of toys.
That's dope.
You know, I saw toys that I had when I was younger.
Yeah.
You know, things like that. And then in the back is like all these video games. He has everything from like NES to Sega to fucking Wii and GameCube and Game Boy and PlayStation or whatever. So it's got a lot of stuff or whatever. When we went in there last, he had an unopened leaf green Pokemon. So I bought that shit. I couldn't reveal it. I was like, unopened. I'm like, yeah. So I grabbed that. We were actually there to sell like some board games because he has like old board games, but he said he only takes unopened board games and like old like rare board games.
Heard.
So he basically just took all the new ones that we bought and gave us like $5 each for them or whatever.
Smooth.
But I was cool with that, and then it took off something like $30 of the
unopened
joint. So
that's sick.
Yeah, dude, it's fire. So that's definitely a dope place up there. You can probably find what you're looking for up there.
Yeah,
but definitely like the Marietta places. There's those two good video games. You could probably shop around, see what
the PS3 might have the collection on it.
Yeah. Do you have a PS3 still?
I do. I just need a new controller.
Facts. You can go to PS3.
Might be the move.
Go get that because you don't need online to play the game.
Right.
And then you have a better chance to capture that as well.
I hope it doesn't like mess up anything if it tries to like update to the newest PS3 update or whatever, 2024.
Unfortunately, I wonder if there's a way you could factory reset.
Real, just like keep the whatever.
You just go to like whatever the base hardware is of this PS3. You could do that.
Facts.
You don't need to connect to the internet. You're just plugging in the game.
That'd be tough.
And did they make you download the game at that point yet?
Yeah, you could download it straight to the system.
No, I'm saying like if you go to GameStop. Mm-hmm. And you get the disc.
Oh no, it'll play off the disc.
But do you have to download like? Was PS3 that area or was that PS4 they started?
That was PS4 that they really started that one.
Okay,
like,
yeah. So PS3. You could go to GameStop, get yourself a controller and the actual physical disc.
Facts.
So you're not relying on the store.
Facts.
That which might not still be open or whatever.
Real.
Then you can just go pop in the disc.
Dude, I'm hearing you and I'm just thinking like they dropped it for free like initially, or like I feel like I bought it. Like, I feel like I bought the digital copy, and then they paywalled it. And I'm like, yo. Because they dropped all those games with, like, the PlayStation Plus Premium.
Yeah.
And it's, like Xbox Game Pass, essentially.
Yeah.
I'm just like...
All the free ones you get each month, though, if you download them, you have them for free.
I'm going to have to check the library.
So, like, this year month was crazy. It was, like, NHL and, like, something, like, two other... Borderlands 3 and, like, something. I was like, all three of these games are great games.
Less.
Like, you can go scoot those Jones.
I'll play those on stream. Fuck it.
Yeah, but yeah, I would definitely recommend looking up, getting that.
Facts.
Because then if because once you have it, like you might even if you stream for like an hour, like you know what I mean. It's like that's something that you want to do.
Yeah.
And even if it accumulates to barely anything, it's like now it's another hour that you've done the stream.
Wasteful.
So when by the time that you are ready to do it more and more, it's like you've already done like the homework. You've already done the pre-work. You already know how like little things like when I first started, like how many things got cut to now. Like this time we got to cut a couple of things, but usually I'm not cutting anything. I'm pretty fluent in what I'm saying and what we're doing, blah blah blah. So there hasn't been that much to cut. But that's over time. Like how much time it takes me to edit, all over time. You know what I mean? Music too.
Yeah.
Where I'm at musically is like all over time, and even some ways I was more advanced in some ways before, because it was so much just like. This is what I can do. Like this is what I'm doing. Now that I've done, it's like I can do all these different things, and it's like okay, how do I progress? Like how do I keep getting better? Or what do I say now? It's like before when I first met I was like I was so pure, so pure in like just the art of it. And now like you have like certain things that might trigger, like make you like like this. You know, I'm not as pure as I was. As far as music making at that moment, because it's like, I don't know. Now I might be more lenient. Like I might curse more here, or I might, say some whatever. Yeah. Versus just like was like all just like heartfelt, like literally like find yourself. Shit, which is still most of my shit, but it's like I don't know.
Some point.
It was
something-
more pure back then, like definitely. Now it's like still honest and whatever, but I'm just a little tainted or a little
Yeah.
like I don't know what's the right word.
I would say as far as like influence, like we are products of our environment, and like if
Yeah.
you started off pure, like in your life as that passed on, would you say that impurities maybe came and went in a sense that might have affected you?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like if I look at myself, my first year of college to now, like just wait. Like,
Oh yeah,
just not way different. Like deep down, I'm still the same person, but like
Right.
just the way
different
I
ways
am,
that you
like,
carry
articulation.
yourself.
you know what I'm doing. Like back in college, I was literally drinking like literally fucking. It got to my last semester, I was pretty much drinking every day but Sunday and Monday,
Yeah. Sheesh.
and smoking and just being. I was literally living twisted, like just out here like during the day smoking, at night twisted, every
Yeah.
fucking like all the whole time.
Felt.
So now to being like not that
Felt.
to like almost the exact opposite, like living life like that. It's
Yeah.
like just life is different or whatever. Like it's crazy. Like there's no way I could hit like waking up all those days like after drinking, just drinking more. Like
Yeah.
there's no way. Like now if I was to wake up and drink Sunday,
Yeah.
like today would be so beat. I'd be so beat, bro. Back to back, just getting trashed. Like no way.
I feel like it's like I don't know. It helps almost.
What, to get trashed?
Yes. Just
Oh,
like
you
do it
definitely gotta.
again.
You definitely. There's
Like-
always those moments where you gotta just go have fun,
Yeah.
let loose, be
Yeah.
around people who are not gonna
Yeah.
judge you or film you or whatever.
Yeah.
Really, just let loose, have fun.
Chill.
So, guys, just same thing with taking shrooms. Like,
Facts.
if you go look for it though, if I go to the main bar, I'm probably not. I might not find that good time that I'm really looking for or
Facts.
whatever. You know what I mean? But just like if you go out and look for like shrooms or whatever, it's not gonna be. But whenever they show up, it's time for you to take them.
Real.
And everyone needs that like little reset. That's why I said outside I was like, it's too expensive to go this week. Also, if I went this way this week, I kind of feel like I was running away from being by myself here. With,
Facts.
like, why go run away, be somewhere else where I can't make the things I'm gonna be like, oh, I need to make more music. That's what I'm thinking about anyway. So it was like, sit here and do it.
Facts.
Even the verses, I was like, made the hook or whatever, and then those people came, and I didn't know if they're gonna bother me or whatever. So I was like, I should wait.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if you were coming. I was like, I don't want to be locked in here.
Facts.
So it was like, but then I'm sitting outside. I'm like, I can't run away.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm like, I can't run away from the studio. I can't not do these verses.
Real.
This is about when the time is.
Real.
You know what I mean? So I just realized like this week particularly, be here, get the podcast out,
Facts.
get back in the studio for real.
Facts.
When Jason gets back, and I realized earlier I was like making the beat, and I was like, kind of tired of making beats by myself.
Felt.
The past like year and a half or whatever,
Yeah.
just making by myself. You know, and Jason, same thing.
Yeah.
So like, I was like, all right, I'm trying to make music with Jason
Yeah.
or you or whatever. Like,
Hell
let's
yeah.
make the beat together.
Hell
Let's
yeah.
fucking make this shit. Cause it's a lot easier.
It
It's
is.
like, if someone hears this, someone hears that. It's like, okay, like I can do a sound. Jason hops on, he can do a sound. It's not so much pressure on me to like find that
Finish,
sound. It's
yeah.
like even that beat I made earlier. Like I'm like I went from the alien swarm thing
Yeah.
to then I made the second sound. And I knew that they didn't match,
Yeah.
but I liked both of them.
Facts.
So I was like, which direction do I go in?
Facts.
And I chose the more upbeat.
Yeah.
It kind of like the hook I had in my mind earlier. That kind of like made it like I was able to get what I like whatever out that I wanted.
Facts.
You know, so I did that. You know, so pretty much that. Get back in the studio and start making more music.
Hell yeah.
Getting comfortable back in there.
Hell yeah.
Progressing. Yeah, dude. Okay, I think that's it. As long as you do something that every day that you actually want to do or is progressive towards what you want to do.
Felt.
Some way, whether it's sitting, having a conversation, driving 30 minutes by yourself, fucking going to get a nice meal because you've been eating maybe not the best,
Real.
whatever. Like, let me just go get something nice today.
Facts.
Like, I went to Longhorn by myself. Not this week, but like,
Yeah.
even when people were around, I just went.
Went last night.
You went last night?
Yeah.
That's geek. And I literally was like, oh, what should I get? The guys tell me, like, oh, the steaks are good, blah, blah, blah. I was
Right.
like, you know what? Let me get the fucking whatever, the best one.
Yeah. The porter.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
people get the filet and the whatever. I was
Yeah.
like, Let me just get that because I was like, I wish they had a steak and chicken combo.
Ditto.
But they didn't.
Yeah.
They just had like either steak and lobster, or chicken and shrimp, something like that. I was like, so you can do that and get a side, whatever. And then I was just like, you know what? Let me just get the double steak, fucking action. I got the mac and cheese upgrade.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just went by myself, and I left. It was like $40, and I was like,
that wasn't bad.
I was like, yeah. I mean, it was great. I was like, do I need to be spending $40 on myself for food? Like, no. But every once in a while, I'm like, fuck
That's
it,
worth
dude.
it.
Like, let me just go do that.
Absolutely.
Go treat yourself.
I spent $20 on the way up here at Wendy's because I was like, let me just get some stuff, bro.
Hell yeah.
Like, I'm hungry.
Yeah, 20. I'm not
Pressed.
I'm not pressed.
Yeah.
The 40 is like, that's 220s.
Real.
You know what I mean?
Felt.
So,
I was thinking about like all the ground beef I could have purchased, like instead.
oh
like,
yeah, I mean,
alright.
there's definitely, but at the same time, it's like, is that gonna satisfy you?
Not in the same
the way that
The
whatever,
combination of like the drink and the fries and the sauce, like,
and not making it like.
yeah.
There's something to making it, like when especially people put their soul in it.
Yeah.
You got the soul food, like those.
You can tell.
Like shout out to those people, 100%.
Facts.
But for me, it's like
Sometimes,
I'm just gonna be making like quesadillas or some shit. Like no, me like
yeah, like I chef it up at the restaurant. I don't cook at home.
that's
like,
dude, that's crazy to me.
my fridge is empty. Like as far as ingredients for myself, it's just like my mom's stuff. But I have not grocery shopped in like a month or two.
Dude, that's crazy. You just eat out.
Yeah, essentially.
Damn.
I'm literally like plotting on moving out, so I'm like, let me not fill this fridge back up. And then it's like, all right, well, I've been here for 2 months since that
dude,
plan.
that's fucking hilarious, bro. You're just like, that's just excuse to be able to fucking eat whatever you want.
Low key, I mean, like I know I can cook. I know like what's available. Like I've been thinking about a Costco membership and just like being able to buy in bulk.
Jason and I split our Costco membership. So,
that makes sense. That's very smart.
Yeah.
I just want to buy shit.
They get 2 cards, so it's definitely good though. And my mom has like Sam's Club.
Oh,
so I was like, we should take hers one day. Just go see like what
is available.
What are you missing?
Facts.
Like what brands are there that
may not be at Costco?
Because there's certain things like at Kroger where it's a better like it's more like it's cheaper to get like the bulk meat.
Yeah.
And stuff like that at Costco and different things, but also there's things that at Kroger, like because they do the deals and whatever, that there's some things that are more beneficial to get. You don't need. Do I need this whole fucking 3-pound bag of rice or whatever? Like maybe I just need a little bit,
like 2 pounds.
Yeah. So it's
that
like
makes sense.
so many or whatever 10-pound. Yeah, so many things.
Yeah.
So it's like there's some things that are like, or like if you go by the time you even have a chance to eat all this, it might be bad now.
Real.
So there's some things that, but it's good to balance like all the different places or whatever. Things like toilet paper and all that shit. Go to fucking Costco. You're gonna get the best deal.
You're gonna need that all year.
You know, they're gonna send out little deals or whatever. So
Facts.
That's definitely the move to
Facts.
For long term, definitely like. And the reason why I like Costco over like BJ's is closer.
Yeah.
But they don't have food.
They only have like.
They have like food there, but you can't like buy like food to eat right then.
Facts. Heard.
Costco, they have like
Chicken
the $1 soda and hot dog.
Yeah.
Not saying you need to be eating hot dogs, but if you do, they got that. It's only $1.
A good
They
meal.
got like the chicken Caesar wrap thing, and then they got the pizza.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can also get ice cream or whatever. So it's like you can kind of like when we go to Costco, we can go to Costco, get food for the next little bit, also get a pizza for now. So it's like knocking 2 birds in one stone. I can get food now and
I do that anyway.
all the stock.
I go to Wendy's after Kroger pretty often.
Facts.
Like I'm hungry.
Yeah, but that's 2 stops though.
Yeah, I hate that.
I mean? So
they're close though. They're close.
Oh yeah. It's not too exactly. It's not too.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not that far.
Facts.
Just perspective. And what times you choose to go.
Yeah, it can be
huge difference.
Yo.
Right now, flying
smooth,
home.
dude.
Smooth driving.
I got to Wendy's and there was no line at all. And then I got to the window and I guess I just asked for something that they had to make or like cook differently because it's usually
that's
like
the worst.
Yeah, like I get the biggie bag, usually junior bacon cheeseburger, sweet and sour sauce, large strawberry lemonade. Today I got the 2 chicken wraps with it and a Cinnabon pull apart. And so the pull apart, I think they had to like go get it and like figure it out because it's a brand new item. So I'm like,
yeah, the brand new ones get
dude,
you.
I was blowed for myself and like the person behind me because they kept looking up. I kept seeing them in my rear view. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what's going on, bro. Like,
that's hilarious.
So I was there for like 15 minutes just thinking about like fast food.
Dude, one time I got stuck at Burger King for like 40 minutes.
No.
Because they're like, but then once you get to like 15,
Yeah.
you're like, do I
Fuck,
go?
do I
Now you're
leave?
20 now. It's like, bro, if I go anywhere else, like, I wasted all this time.
Yeah.
You already
here,
know what you want. You've been staring at the
committed.
fucking screen.
Especially you paid for it at the first
And
window.
then I realized, like, if I would have went in, it would have been way faster.
Yeah.
They were just like,
Popping that out.
they were just like not talking, like just not doing the drive-through, like
Heard.
easy to. They're not in front of you.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, I should have
Yeah.
just went in and went way faster.
Facts.
So that's when I had like the argument, like the battle with Jason, like, oh, I'll go in
Yeah.
because it's better. And Jason's like, I got the kids, so
Facts.
no, it's not better for me or whatever.
Facts.
And I was like, facts. But dude, when I was staying at Burger King for it, like, it was not worth it, bro.
I believe it.
I was like, I haven't been back.
I wouldn't.
And I'll probably go to another Burger King at some point, but I'm not going back
Not
to that
that
one.
one. Yeah. Is the one nearby?
Yeah,
Damn.
40 minutes, bro.
What time was it?
Fucking like
Midday?
4 or 5.
In the middle of the day? That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Boo.
I guess they were short staffed that day and shit or whatever, but it was
Alright.
like,
All right.
they're like, oh, we're going to be with you in a minute. Like, and minutes came by. And then by the time, like, by the time they finally get to a drive, they did one. It was the one next to me.
Yeah.
Then another fucking 10 minutes goes by. Then they do another one. But it was the one, they didn't do me. They did the one next to me.
What
So I was
the
like, so I
hell,
just
bro?
pulled up to the window.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I just got skipped. Like,
yeah. Twice.
I was like, I just got skipped. I've been waiting for fucking this long. And
Yeah.
the lady's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. So I ended up just taking my order through the window. I was like, I should have just went in, bro. I
Yeah.
did everything. Like, none of this.
Damn.
And it was only because I didn't want to go to Chick. And then meanwhile, I went to Chick-fil-A first. So I figured like Chick-fil-A would take longer because more
Yeah.
people want Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
And
They
then
pop
all
that
the
through,
Chick-fil-A's
bro.
like 40 minutes later. Like all their food's fucking cold.
Yeah.
All their drinks are watered down. 100%. Didn't matter if you put the ice first or second.
They
Didn't
pop
matter.
that shit in.
Shit's fucking melted.
I'm
Even with
dead.
the styrofoam.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Yeah, that was bad news overall. So my Uber rating went down for that, for the collective food delivery. But, yeah, dude. Anything else you got going on, bro? Yeah.
Nothing for now, really.
Yeah,
Just
trying to find
ideas.
new job. School starting back soon.
Yeah, school will be end of August.
In August. So,
Yeah.
all right, so you got a month to rebalance your
Yeah, finances and everything.
finances, because once you go back to school, your time goes
Yeah.
whatever. So if you don't do it, if you don't find a way to put in the things you
Find
want to
it.
do, your mental health. I don't like to say mental health because everyone uses that so weird. What did we say earlier?
Just like life, I guess. Like I don't know.
No, it was like fucking. What was the
Sanity
word?
or
Yeah.
Peace of mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That will start to diminish because
Yeah.
now you'd be back stretched thin of like gotta go to work, gotta spend time with your girl, gotta
Facts.
fucking go to school, gotta make sure I'm passing, gotta do the homework.
Facts.
So it's like I would definitely lock in like the streaming, whatever things you want to do, the streaming thing.
Facts.
Maybe lock in like a couple like this hours a week I have free time. You know what I mean? And just kind of like put in your circadian rhythm where it's like every Monday night I have this free time or whatever it might be.
Heard.
You know what I mean? That way
Makes
when
sense.
it comes, it's like you're not waiting till December to fucking
Figure out.
yeah.
Yeah, because I have 4 classes this semester.
That's a
So,
lot.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot.
Full time job. That's a lot.
Straight up. So I'm probably gonna figure out something to do on campus or something. Just get out the restaurant though, because
Facts.
the restaurant's not it for me right
I mean,
now.
sure, yeah. That's also 2 birds, 1 stone. If you could knock out like say you're on campus like Monday through Thursday,
Right.
you can knock out all that
And
school and work all in that time.
Yeah.
Then you have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, get your weekends back.
real. That's
Yeah.
what I really want.
3 days to just
Chill.
you might have 4. You have 4 days
Build.
to whatever. 2 days to chill, 1 day for homework,
Yeah.
catch up, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I definitely recommend like thinking about now how I'm gonna balance because you have your schedule right.
Yeah.
So just kind of like think about how you're gonna balance. Now, obviously, there's gonna be different things happen, different
Real.
assignments that might change the way whatever. But
Real.
your basic.
Yeah.
Like even with Jay, I was like, for the podcast for me, I'm like, at this point now, I'm down to do it at any point, any
Yeah.
day or whatever. This week's different because I'm doing one today and then for Tuesday and Thursday. But once it goes back to Wednesday at noon, like if it's Tuesday at 10, if none has happened, I'm gonna come in here, sit down, and do one,
Facts.
and that's bottom line. So,
Facts.
but so in my mind, I'm like. Now instead of like being like waiting to line up with everyone to meet at this day or seeing if Jason wants to do one or whatever, it's literally, it's open. If anyone wants to do one at any time, I leave because Bree was mad because she was like I didn't tell her.
Yeah.
that you guys came on or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't know they were coming on or
Yeah.
whatever. But because usually she's like, oh my God, if they come over, I'll tell you that they're coming over. 'Cause she's like, she had fun with you guys.
Fucks it pretty heavy.
Yeah, on we're at her Sunday morning. She was like, oh, I had such a great time with them or whatever.
We had a great time with you too.
Hell yeah. And then she told Carey that too, that she was like pissed at me or whatever because I didn't tell her. I was like, I didn't fucking know.
She said that at the table.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's geek. Yeah. And then so it's pretty much just any open season.
Facts.
Any day of the week because usually I'm down.
Facts.
You know, and then whatever happens, if nothing happens by Tuesday, then I'm gonna do one.
But,
you know, and that's just. But it took me however long to get to that realization. Where it was like,
it's gotta come out. Like,
you gotta have doesn't matter who's on it, what.
Yeah.
It's now only my fault if it doesn't come out on Wednesday.
I feel that though.
Next week.
Heard.
Heard. That's what I realized. I was like, I was easy to like put it like on, be like, oh, they didn't come, or they said they were gonna come, then they didn't.
Yeah.
Or Jason and I are waiting for tomorrow, and then tomorrow happens and it gets
waiting for tomorrow.
Whatever.
Again,
yeah. So it was like, it's no one's fault but mine now, because it's not like anyone else is editing or whatever. So it really all comes down to me. So it's like, but I realized that. So it's like, in order for it to happen, if I didn't do it,
it wouldn't come out.
Then the past month or whatever, my life would be significantly worse, because in the back of my mind it would always be like, oh, I'm not doing whatever I want to do or what I'm supposed to do or whatever.
I feel that.
You know, even with the music, I was like, should I clean the studio? Should I do this? And I was like, let me just see what comes out with the beat or whatever. Did the beat and the hook, was debating to do the verse, and I was like aware of myself enough to be like, this isn't the time to do the verses.
Facts.
But I'll do them like tomorrow or tonight or whatever. Probably not tonight because I'm going to edit this, but tomorrow now. I'll wake up and I'll probably, let's go see if we can put those verses on or whatever.
Facts. I have a writing day myself tomorrow with my homie. So
Facts. Yeah. There you go.
Should have some songs tomorrow.
See, there you go. You're like, oh, you doing anything else? You're like, nah.
Nah, I'm not doing anything.
Nah, no one. No, got no other friends.
I'm just gonna sit at home until Friday.
Yeah, no, just, I don't know. For me, I'm just like, there's only so many people.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I feel that.
You know.
I really, like, maybe 12 people at max, 6 people are close. And, like, the other 6 pop in. And we talk, like, no time's passed.
Facts.
Like,
just. Which is good. I got a couple of those. Which is why it's, like, the weird balance of, like, my friends from Maryland.
Yeah.
Like, some of them, like, I'm like, I don't think that it's just we both are doing
different
whatever.
Directions.
If we met up again, we'd like, just be chill.
Yeah.
But some of them, like, just disappointed by the, like, where we're at now
about.
or whatever.
Felt.
But and then as far as like yeah, I don't really have. There's not really many people around.
Real. And
to even like to your point, like what you guys did the other day. You and Kayla, you guys went to.
Oh yeah.
It's like.
Yeah.
Not that I need to be there, like.
Facts.
You know what I mean? But still, low key, I'm just kind of like, damn, like.
Yeah. You didn't miss out on
I know.
anything,
I
bro.
did. I figured I did, but still, it's like you think you're building like.
Facts.
Like another connection, and then it's not as open as you originally had thought or whatever.
I get you.
You know, which is kind of why I'm at this place now, where it's like on here and in the music, I'm gonna always give my perspective and whatever.
Facts.
And then in the moments where the light shines, like at the wedding, like my moment is I'm gonna say what I have to say.
Yeah.
But just in general conversation, like I'm not so freely giving my perspective anymore because I know how influential I am.
Yeah.
Whatever. And it's like, I don't know, like I don't like if someone asks, I'll give them. I'm down to talk to them for however long. But until they ask, like I'm not gonna just force my opinion on them or my perspective or whatever, as I might have done in the past.
Yeah.
Just I don't know if it really works out. You know what I mean?
And the thing also is like kind of having to tolerate or not tolerate, but working people's fragility in that, like you said, like people thinking about something that you might not have revisited since saying, even like drunk or sober. Like I just said this because it was how I felt about it. Like you were supposed to respond, not like necessarily get mad. Like, you could have talked about it.
And and for me, being able to realize like there's when I'm drunk, okay, like there might be things that I forget or whatever. I realize like now not being drunk really ever. Yeah. Like every once in a while, like I'm the one who's hearing what people are saying, but they don't realize they're saying it or they don't remember that they said it, but I do.
Slippery
and
slope.
then you have to realize, you have to have the self-awareness and realization that they don't remember this exactly how I remember it, or this and that, because if they did, we would be able to communicate on it like that. But since not, it's like, so how much blame can you put on them, blah blah blah, and this and that, and it's like, you know, but everyone's gonna hear what they're supposed to hear. Every message. When you watched fucking, what movie did we say, Incredibles? No, we said, what movie did we bring up?
Which one?
Toy Story. No, it wasn't Toy Story. Wasn't Finding Nemo.
Holy Lion King?
Lion King, yeah. So when you watch Lion King, you're going to get whatever that little saying is, that little whatever. Just like the rock music. Yeah. Eventually you hear, you know what I mean? Some people hear it right away. Some people hear it later on. Yeah. You know? So, but... And that's another thing, like, sometimes some moments people are just saying, like, you can be walking down the street and the person next, like, that walks past you is having a conversation that relates to what you're thinking about or whatever. Yeah. All you heard was 3 words. So, you know? It's just how life is sometimes.
Real, though.
It's like that.
I think it's not necessarily selective hearing, but, like, somewhat like law of attraction. Like, what you need to hear is eventually heard. In a way.
You're going to get the message that you want. Yeah. Which I think is another thing, like, I got the book and I've whatever, but I need to get in my numerology a little more. Facts. Just because, like, right now the only signs I'm fully reading are, like, just, like, momentary signs and, like, what people say or whatever. Facts. If every time you look at the clock, you can read the number, you can this, and that. Like, there's more. Just like if you study, like, human behavior. Facts. Like, if you study human behavior, you can see if someone, like, scratches their ear, that means this, that means that. So people who are sitting there studying that, they can look at you and know something about you that you might not even realize because of human pattern in nature or whatever. So that's definitely something to study too.
Huge, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was like, oh man, I need to get on my numbers a little more. Just so you can read. The thing about numbers is that that's like messages from like the universe, like through number. So it's like you can get signs and different things through there where it's like oh, what do I want, what should I do today? Yeah. And be like, you can either go to your horoscope, you can go ask somebody else, you can go meditate. Facts. You can go look at the time and see whatever it says. Like, there's so many different ways to kind of like get those,
break it down,
get those things, you know. But and not you can't go to the same place every time.
Facts.
You know, because it's gonna be different methods of delivery or whatever. So, but yeah, I don't know. I don't take it too hard, like all this shit. Just like at the end of the day, and like just about. Which is like I said, I'm putting like the lyrics there. It's about like knowing like who you are, can't change it. Yeah, you know what I mean. It's who I am. People who like it. People who don't. And at the end of the day, I'm here for good purpose and good reason. So eventually, it's gonna, as long as you do the things, it's gonna happen. Like it's gonna always get better. And this and that. You just gotta do it. And then it's the self-confidence. That's also the exact diameter. Like if you go into the studio fully confident, and whatever you're saying, whatever you're doing, like it's gonna sound better, it's gonna be great. Then it like half like I don't know. Like, oh, am I really that good or whatever? Or this person, they took them 15 minutes, or this, look how well they made this beat. Which is what I was saying earlier. You can't go into comparisons versus another person because they're not you. They don't look like you. They might look like you, but they're not you. They haven't been through the same things as you. The way they grew up might not be the same. Yeah. So many different things. You might have the same blessings of doorways on the internet pathway as them. So many different things, even with streaming. Like there's so many different things that matter, and alters the way you move or whatever. But as long as you stick to the course, what you're supposed to do, confident in what you do, it's all gonna work out in whatever way. So that's why I would say don't stress too much on the job. Because the job will align wherever it is. Because I tried to force my way out, and it didn't work.
Facts.
So it's like, okay, there's no forcing my way out of this.
Facts.
There's no running away. I can't run away from this job to another job. Facts. It's like I got to go through this job until the next doorway opens.
Facts.
And once it's open, it's open. But doesn't mean you have to suffer the whole time. Just figure out what works for you. Yeah. And that's it. And for me, because I don't get paid more and I don't have extra responsibility or whatever, I'm able to work out a deal where it's like I'd work the days that I want. Yeah. And he knows I'm gonna show up. And it's simple, bottom line. And he knows when I'm there, he has to worry less. Yeah. Bottom line. So it's like
that's real.
Easy. So the relationship works out as I want. But it took the ups and downs
Facts.
for me to be like still okay. Like I'm
Facts.
good now. You know, I can work there and I'm not mad. Except the other day when it's like you don't get. It's like, but that's just like how it happens or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it's another lesson for me. Like, okay, don't get so mad about it. Like, don't let yourself get so frustrated.
They'll be gone soon.
So it's like exactly. So it's like don't get frustrated. Try to stay on course, even if it's a frustrating scenario.
Yeah.
Like the more you let that anger and frustration build and explode, then you might say something you don't want to say, or you might act like spaz out, like punch the wall or whatever. I've seen some people punch the wall like in different times and hurt their hand and shit.
I punched the wall in my life.
There you go.
I did it at work at Top Golf.
That Top Golf?
Yeah.
Damn, why?
Somebody, I just got off the phone with like my dad, I think, and just the conversation went a certain way. He didn't even say anything like "fuck you." Like it wasn't anything crazy. It was just like I thought about it.
Irritated,
like I was irritated as hell.
Yeah.
I went to the break room and I hit the wall super duper hard. And then my boy Yona was like, "Damn, you got a nice left fist, like a nice left hook." And then he helped me like put a poster over it. That was my boy. And then like we just went back to work about it.
That's hilarious.
So smooth.
Did you hurt your hand?
Nah, it didn't hurt.
Okay.
I like it's blind rage, like, and then like,
there's this one kid one time, who like his girlfriend wasn't answering him.
Yeah.
In like the dorm or whatever, and he couldn't get in because he didn't have a card.
Yeah.
And I guess he thought that she was like ignoring him.
Yeah.
So he just punched a dumpster and just broke his whole fucking hand.
Like the dumpster.
Like the green dumpster, yeah. Just punched the fuck out of it and just broke his whole shit.
Like, of course.
And then just to find out like her phone was like dead, like
that dumpster's 100
like
and
bro,
over.
like that's literally like that's internal rage at its finest or whatever.
Yeah, I would not have hit that. I don't think. You gotta hit something that's
But yeah,
break.
so you gotta be able to outlet that, and that's gonna put you in those situations to like see, like, do you get frustrated or whatever?
No walls punched this year, so we're up.
Hell yeah. But that's the goal, like to just kind of just try to be as like level-headed.
Yeah.
Feel the emotions, but in like a healthy way.
Facts.
Like just go through them. Like, why am I feeling this way? What made me feel this way? Can I avoid it? Can I not avoid it? Blah blah blah. Because at the end of the day, like, even if like just earlier we were saying, if you keep a sound in an argument, if you're sound, like, whatever, you're level-headed, like, it's going to work out better for you. The other person might get more mad or whatever. That's on them. Then you know it's not you.
Not you, yeah.
You know? But that's just the best thing because, you know, you don't want to make, like, an emotional decision.
Real. That
and you don't want, and it doesn't want it to be a negative, especially a negative one.
Real.
Where it's like, you know, you can't take it back or...
Like, in reflection, if I can be like, I genuinely made a conscious effort to keep that situation at a level that is acceptable for both parties. Like, I feel better about myself than like I lost my cool and like we just went into a screaming match because nothing gets done.
And now they might get hurt depending on who it is because you
like
yelled or whatever.
I've never seen that side of you. Like,
and you lost, and then you got to battle that versus what you're intentionally trying to battle. It just takes too long to build.
Too much.
So definitely keeping that level head, being and then just being honest. Like, brutally honest. Like, I think that's the thing, like, when Bree brought up the thing about the podcast, I was just, like, brutally honest with how I felt about it.
Facts.
So I was just, like, that's just the best way to be. Like,
Facts.
At this point, like, the only reason why we were anything negative is because of harboring thoughts and feelings or whatever.
Real.
Instead of just getting them out. So at this point, I'm like, this is, like, just honest as possible. And then I'm articulate enough where I'm not mean.
Yeah.
Like, might be brutally honest, but I'm not mean about it.
Felt.
There's a way to say it. The way you bring up the smoking thing could be, depending on how you bring it up, is how people receive it. So you can tell someone that, like, you're angry without yelling.
Real.
Now, some things it's hard. Like, no one's perfect. Like, everyone's going to have those moments where they might, whatever.
Snap,
but for me, like, especially as the recent things I've been going through, I'm just trying to make sure that I, like, make sound decisions.
Felt.
You know, and then don't let other people's decisions and whatever, like, destroy your path or whatever.
Felt.
You know what I mean? Just like, if I let whatever from the past bring me down now, then the person who's supposed to meet me next week doesn't get a chance. I didn't get on the train. I just stayed home instead.
Felt.
So it's like, and that's what's really important. Like, all those kids or whatever.
Yeah.
All that, the growth of humanity. That's more important than, like, to me, than anything else. You know?
Facts.
I mean, of course, like, people around and
Right.
loved ones. Like, that's important to me.
Right.
But as far as overall general humanity, like, if I'm not here to do this, like, take me now. Like, there's no,
Felt.
like, I'm not here to bartend and feed those addictions.
Yeah.
I would rather help nourish addictions than feed these ones.
Felt.
You know, but this is what I do, so I'm acknowledged of it.
Yeah.
You know, and I do my best to relay information as it happens.
Felt.
But it's like, I know I wasn't on Earth to, like, do something I don't really agree with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not why I was here. But it's what I do now. I'm acknowledged of it. Seafood spot. Don't eat seafood.
Right.
You know? But it's like, Jason's argument was like that I'm part of the system.
Yeah.
Whatever. So he's like, why does it matter if you grab the snapper or not? And I was like, I just haven't done it. So it's like, I'm not going to start now. Like, I'm not putting homie up there for display, bro. Like, imagine someone comes right now, scoots you over the net, and throws you on ice, bro.
Felt.
That's sad. It's a sad way to go.
That's real. I try to make him look as fabulous as possible. I'll be honest. Like,
I mean, yeah.
let him stunt.
I mean, I grabbed the dead bodies. I grabbed the bodies, man. The skellies. I'll grab those, throw them away. Shit, he's gone now. His soul's gone.
Facts.
Gonzo. Shit was gone.
Real like, tough.
Yeah. But so he was basically like, it doesn't matter. You're part of it, basically. And I was like, I mean, yeah, you're right. I'm part of it.
By association.
But I tried. But it's like, just because I'm part of it doesn't mean I have to do the execution. You know? Doesn't mean I have to get my hands fully bloody. Like, I can be. I'm aware that they're not clean.
Facts.
But, you know, but I don't have to, like, get in the mud of it.
Real.
In the thick of it. So. But yeah, what's meant to happen will happen soon.
Facts.
It'll line up. I mean, for
I
you,
agree.
like, especially with the school thing, like, is it necessarily the biggest moment to make big change?
I
Because
mean,
you know exactly, like, what you're getting yourself into.
it's just like I fight with that because I know like the perfect opportunity may never present itself. Like, perfect opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
Perfection is not necessarily something that I think exists.
But are you upgrading is the question.
If it's not even I just think an opportunity for growth is what I'm looking for now.
Would that not be an upgrade?
I suppose.
If you look at upgrade as, like, financially or whatever.
Yeah.
But realistically, earlier, your thing is, like, if I just need a place that's fun.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that technically is an upgrade. It could be the same pay.
Facts.
But you enjoy yourself 5 times more.
Facts.
That's an upgrade.
Heard.
Most people are going to be like, oh, upgrade is, like, more money, less time.
Yeah.
Agreed. But at the same time, like, what else are you doing? Like, you know, there could be a thing, like, you could make $50 million.
Yeah.
Right? They give you an offer for $50 million, but what do you have to do for that $50 million?
Facts.
You can make 5 and do whatever you want it and be at peace with your soul and whatever, and not complicate yourself or whatever. So there's always going to be that. There's always going to be that thing.
Yeah.
That company, that place you can go that you can make money from, and you can have whatever life. But at the same time, what are you exchanging for that? You know, whether it's personal peace, and does it go against what your soul says? Anything like that. There's so, like, money. So that's why the last conversation, if you can turn down $100, you can turn down $100 million.
Real.
You know what I mean? It's just about the perspective of, like, how much is this dollar actually worth?
Real.
What's the point of having, like, $300 million and no one in the crib?
Felt.
I'd rather have $3 million and like 100 people in the crib, for real. Like, there's a big crib or a big plot of land. Everyone has their own little house, and we have one big main, like,
that'd be dope,
place where the studio is, and everyone still has their little quarter. Everyone's got
a clubhouse,
a little 2-bedroom jump for them and their kids or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we got the court, we got the pool, we got the clubhouse, we got the studio, we got the art canvas, got the streaming room. You know, so all these
different sectors. Everything
we need as here, and then we just all live as a community. Basically, that's how I feel like they've taken away the communal aspect of life.
Yeah.
Where it was like, you had your tribe at one point. It was like the tribes, and then, you know, even you had the little communities where it was like you had block parties.
Yeah.
And, like,
those happen a lot less.
Yeah, different things where it was like you actually felt like you're part of this thing. And now it's like just like little HOAs charging you for this, and that. There's no, like, real benefit.
Hey, welcome to the neighborhood.
Yeah, you can't have a brown fence. Gotta be white or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Rules.
So Instead of having, so yeah, they definitely, everyone's got their own car, own this, own that.
Yeah.
It's like communal effort.
Felt
You know, a communal garden.
real.
Shit like that, where it's like
we need
every,
to start.
like every like this neighborhood, like they should all have like apple trees or
Felt
things where it's like, you know, you all just contribute a little bit. Everyone goes a
Everyone
little,
can
and then
enjoy
every fall we have
That'd be
pumpkins
fucking
or whatever.
dope,
We can
like-
sell pumpkins for the rest of the people.
dude.
And these community sells pumpkins. This one sells apples. You trade.
That'd be tough.
You know what I mean?
That'd be really.
But they don't
dope.
want you to be able to walk down the street of New York and pick an
grab
apple
an
off the
apple.
tree.
Yeah,
Fuck no,
dude.
They want you to go to that store, buy that wax covered apple with who knows what the fuck's on it. It
They
says
should
it's
just-
organic. They charge you $3 more. It's still the same.
Like Central Park should just be Central Park Garden, bro. Like I
Facts.
know that shit would get
Just
ransacked.
just flourish with fucking.
Facts.
But you could even do like anyone can come and it's like as you leave, like this is what I had.
Facts.
You know, you pay whatever for it or whatever.
That'd
you
be
know what I
dope.
mean? Where it's like,
Like I like.
yeah, oh, collect your own rainwater.
Yeah.
You know, you got water.
Facts.
Your community has got apples, so like we can survive. Now,
Facts.
what else do we need? Like, what can we, whatever, and really just get back on that barter system
Real.
where it's like, all right, they perform so they can eat for free.
Yeah.
You know, oh, they got this, they got that. We got
So they
paper, we
good.
have hemp,
Right.
we have this,
Trade you for
we have
this.
gas, we have water, we have this, we have that, we have apples here, we have corn, whatever the fuck. But then that's really how you get rid of the money.
Felt.
But realistically, it's so hard for people to grasp the idea of losing out on the money system now.
Yeah. Some
And
people
then-
feel like they've grinded too hard or whatever.
And then also, I feel like the only way to is like if no one went to work, like no one went to like, because if no one went to like, there's no more Uber or no one flew the planes or whatever, then anyone who's like rich or whatever would now their life would be altered because now they can't go to that restaurant.
Facts.
He'll show up, no one's there.
Facts.
This, and that. So the only way is if everyone had a subconscious thought to be like, and we all connected to be like, we're not doing this anymore. This is
Facts.
bullshit, blah, blah, blah. And it would suck because it would threaten you with like taking away food and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
people would have to come together and
Figure it out.
rise and just decide how do we want to move forward
Facts.
as a community that's not economic fucking growth and fucking, you know, they get to have all this money and we're worried about another country, but people are still hungry here.
Real.
Like, let's fucking,
Figure it out.
let's get just the basic human like rights down.
Facts. And that's always up for
Because it really comes
discussion.
down to like, I don't think this world is created for us to be born and like automatically be a number to a system and
Yeah.
owe money and
Yeah.
we have to get taxed all along the way. You don't get to choose where it's going. All this stuff, like it really feels like this is a beautiful place, and we should be able to like. Then baby that's born today it's like born to this beautiful world,
Yeah.
and they can explore and they can do whatever find who they are and what they're here to do and do
Real.
that
Real.
versus like killing on the Instagram and
Yeah.
this and that and this election shit that's not really
Yeah.
fully transparent on what's going
Yeah.
on and no belief and shit like that. Like, there's definitely a way that we can get to as humanity and as an earth that is serenity and like harmony and peace.
I agree.
So, but I don't know how takes everyone to get there.
Exactly.
It takes everyone to find like their individual self. Because once you do that, like I remember like when I first started like opening my mind and blah blah blah, and like all you want to do is just tell other people.
Yeah.
But you don't know how. You don't know what to say. You don't know. You know.
How
There's
they
so much information.
may receive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, but to be like, dude, I just remember one telling everyone I knew, I'd be like, try to just tell them shit.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, okay, people don't want to listen. So, yeah, it's just how do you guide them? Almost how do you incept them into it? How do you trick them into thinking?
Facts. Facts. People just don't
Because
think.
it's the opposite. They're going to trick you into not thinking.
Yeah.
So now you just got to play the same way, just the opposite.
Facts.
You know, you make those kids movies, subliminal messages, but with the good message, not the bad.
Right.
Like, how do you slip those in? That was really my
Facts.
inspiration for making movies. I was like, bro, I could like surf up and Meet the Robinsons. Like, these are fucking beautiful. I can see what they're doing.
Yeah.
I just gotta like whatever the time lines up, where whatever message I really want to portray, lock that in there, and then just make the movie based around that or whatever. That was my real inception for that. But eventually, people will have to listen. people will come.
Real.
Anyone who listens to this whole thing, shout out to you guys. Honestly,
Real.
this is a long one.
Yeah. How long was it?
I don't know. I'll say before we bounce it, but
Facts.
definitely we're at 5,720 bars right now.
Sheesh.
So this is a song. This would be a long fucking
No
song.
Could you imagine?
Like 80 bars, like 3.5 minutes.
Yeesh. Yeah. This is a fucking audiobook.
It's
Chapter
a long one.
one.
So this is one of those ones that you drive 30 minutes. Like I respect
Facts.
you put it 40, an hour here,
Yeah.
hour here. You know.
Facts.
bad.
I'll
But
play this one.
definitely some stuff in there. This is one that you're not gonna be able to remember everything in because there's so much shit of.
Dude, I remember the beginning of the combo. My hard drive is quick to replace.
Facts. That's hilarious. Well,
Nah.
anything else in this time?
Nothing I can think of
We
right
told him how
now.
we met.
Yeah.
That's why I realized afterwards. I was like, I didn't really because I wanted it to be like you had already been here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, let's just see how it would be like if like it wasn't like introductions type shit.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So we just kind of went in with the sodas or whatever, and then I was like, all right, let's tell you
The
something
story.
about you guys or whatever. But then I
Facts.
realized I was like, no one knows like how we even connected. Like just random guy just popped up here.
Right,
Girl,
yeah.
like, so I was like,
up.
all right, next time I'm gonna be like,
He
all
was
right,
outside, you know, he
we
was
should
looking
just
for
relay
people.
how we met or whatever.
Facts.
So, but yep, work together currently, see each other whenever the time is right.
Real. It always works out.
Yep, got a lot coming soon.
Real.
So I would say main takeaway, I would say get a nice balance of time or prepare yourself.
Facts.
That way you don't get lost in
Sideswiped.
all the third dimensional shit and don't progress on any of the shit you want to progress on.
Facts.
And more months go down the road, and then you
Real.
feel even like it's even harder. It's
Yeah.
like when you let your room gets too dirty.
Yeah.
Instead of just cleaning like the normal clean, now you gotta clean
Double.
and organize
Yeah.
and
Figure
deep
that
clean
out.
after that. So it's like you definitely want to just be like
Ready to.
knocking some stuff out as time goes on.
Facts.
And for me, fucking, I would say, stay level-headed or whatever, or don't let my emotions like carry me too much based off other people's actions,
Facts.
because I can't control them.
That's the truth.
So I just can only control what I can do, and fucking, it'll work out how it's supposed to work out. I'm dope, so.
Come
No,
on. Like,
you're dope. So.
come on.
All right, well, I think that's it. The long one.
Facts. I mean,
Hell yeah.
I had a good time.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Episode 46. Ocean Waves. Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Ocean on Arrival. Check us out. Trey's Twitch _.
Yeah. Underscore at the end.
_ at the end. Trey's Twitch _ He's going to find out how to get his Slack Cooper going. So,
Yeah, we'll get there.
hell yeah. Well, we appreciate y'all for watching.
Indeed.
Thank you very much. I'm Ryan.
I'm Trey.
Appreciate y'all. Catch you next time.
Peace.